Oh, no, no, here. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So here, I copied that. Yeah, where do I put that at? Okay, so you copied this? Yeah, I did already. Yeah. Go back to these screens. This one, hit edit. Yeah, I'm trying to like see. Oh, okay. And that's where you remove the okay, so that was okay. I got a good taco party now. Oh, really? You didn't know that I thought you was scheduled, huh? I didn't look for today. I looked for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because today I got them sick, so. I'm trying to, I'm trying to, make it so it's not hard on you. But since you like it, it's not bad. No, it's entertaining. Yeah. I've got, sitting at the post on right now. Yeah, $90,000. I'm gonna walk away. She does. Have you talked to her at all? I talked to her for like a week. But I also took her over for negotiation. You know? They threw away $10,000 from there. Yeah, but that was grandmother that they didn't have them do it. So they're like, either way, they're going to write another grant. They're probably going to see it. You know, and I said there's something to do. Well, they didn't write it, man. They just got that. The free money that they found out about it or whatever. This is out of their budget. I would do that, man. Well, I mean, how long did you work on the so I worked on it long, and that was my fault. If I could redo it, I would have way different. I don't know why I did it. Well, because I did it myself. Now I've worked smarter on it. I don't know why I just copied. I should have did it way differently. It's my fault. I got all that. That was on my hand. He's going to just say no or negotiate it, but that's right. I'm open to negotiating it. But she needs that in right away. I mean, she wanted that in 2 weeks ago. I want it done right. I don't want to do it for like $10,000 because I think it's a waste. I don't think it's worth my time. That's why I won't get it, but that's all right. If we do get it, it'll be awesome. In fact, I'm going to give you $10,000 right off the top because you'll get 7 for shooting and $3,000 for your taxes. You will pay your taxes. Yeah. You know, unless you want to pay your own taxes. I just don't hope you guys are talking to go to LCC or go to LCC and say, hey, now you do it for cheaper now. Then I end up doing it and now you only pay it all. That's okay. You get paid for it. No, I don't get paid. LCC has to do it under my umbrella. Oops. And you did that to us. I would do 3 at the top, dude. Don't do 9. Why? It's for the company. We're not working $90,000. You crazy? You don't do $90,000 worth of work. You go to work. I gotta go to work. I'm sorry. You don't. I mean, actually, sorry yourself. How many years have you done this? 1 ball. Yeah, 1 strike. Whatever. How many years have you done this? Hey, if that happens, it happens. Don't worry about it. That's 90,000. Felt it. Couch the big one. Yeah, she was doing it with all the grant money I had last time, and then she wants to do it, but I just don't. Check. I mean, one video. I'm looking at the charge for 1 video. 10,007 videos. I think that's right. Yeah, see, I just don't think it's. They can find something to do way cheaper than that. So, you know what? Is it worth your headache? Would you rather make $1,000 or 10? Yeah, there's not. It's 90,000. It's 90,000 for everything. Yeah, but you get 1,000 too. So right there, that's the three. Yeah, like that. With the drone pilot. Ah! Cat! I have a drone pilot. Strike the pig! I have a 1 ball. 1 strike. I have a pig! No! And actually, drone guy. Your drone guy's going to go for about a grand a day. Well, it's on another drone guy. Well, if you have one, that's fine. I'm gonna find out. He's gonna go grand a day. Which is exactly what I'm talking. Oh, well, none of that. Not that much. Not that much. More than the way. I just. Hopefully it works out, but I told her there's room for negotiation. She might try to come back to LGC. Before I couldn't do it in the window, and she might try to come in. If you do it now for cheaper now. And you're gonna go right. Or if she goes to my boss and stuff, then I gotta do it. And I gotta do it just for how we do it. No, I don't know how much that's charge. Whatever hours would be. You alright over there, buddy? Yeah, I think it's my will figure it out. But we'll get there. I was just making sure, you have to take medication or something. That's the whole story. So, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But, I mean, they don't have a certain amount of money to do it. $90,000 for a little skinny little, you know, I don't then by lowball that, and you do it for 50. What do you mean, you know, I'm gonna shoot myself if I do it for 50 and you know, we guarantee yourself and they don't do it either. No, because at that point I'll have retirement. My time's worth more than but you need jobs now, dude. You said you need jobs, so I signed it up to get a job. But the difference is I want jobs that pay. Well, that's just to mention my bankroll. Yeah, well, jobs that pay. Well, then don't worry about it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I tried to help you out, but I just don't think it's gonna work that money. Especially after she has invoiced what I paid and what they got for theirs. They're just gonna try to come back. I feel like you talking to my boss, and I'm gonna get screwed not to do it, and not get paid a penny more than I get paid for work. Well, I just tell them I'm busy. You know, I have to. They want me to bring in $12,000 a year now, so. Yeah. I don't even have time to go and talk to people and bring stuff in. I just have to wait for people to bring stuff in, so. It's one job. Yeah. But I'm doing other jobs. I'm also breaking.
Good evening, Black Bear fans! Welcome to David Storyfield on this very Pacific Northwest evening. I'm Ben Trixon, your public address announcer for the evening. Today we have our second game against the Walla Walla Sweets. First pitch is scheduled for 6:35 p.m.
They're not getting in tomorrow. You're going to try to get somewhere else.
And a chance up our merch tent. See what we have. Great selection of Black Bear gear, ready for you to represent your team in style all around town. Head over to our concession stand in the party deck and check it out. From classic caps and sweatshirts to brand new arrivals like our quarter tips and patriotic tees, there's something for everyone. And this series only, enjoy 20% off baseball, green, game day hats, and our 15-year anniversary long sleeve. We have a limited stock of all of those, so don't get missed out. They'll be gone before you know it.
Chad.
Probably pretty hard to do.
One more strike.
Make sure you stop by the Red Credit Union booth
Out to
along the third baseline and check out what they have to offer. They'll also tell you about how you can get $150 off new membership. Over at the Red Credit Union booth, right over by the merchandise stand.
So they're on a tear, man. They're just using the same uniforms, huh?
Yep.
So they broke. Don't fix it, man.
Blackbear fans, we got 3 more home games ahead. So if you're a regular here at Storyfield, it's never been a better time to catch a Black Bears game. We'll see you all week long for even more
2 for 3 this week. And the Black Bears, the overall looking to even the series.
Here he comes. Let's hear it for Corley the Bear.
2 of 3 back in Walden Wallace over the Calvin Black Bears. Now the Jays trying to respond.
Now batting for the Black Bears, number 21, Corley the Bear.
Their opportunity to get just one batter on the pitching side.
Let's see second, the shortstop, number 2, Landon Young. Batting third, the first baseman, number 19, Tanner Hearn. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 23, Dominic Benitez. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 36, Owen Estabrook. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 7, Nick Travisson.
That's cool.
Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 20, Jacob Holman.
Super loud.
Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 41, Andrew Revenue. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 18, Hunter Cormine. Starting pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets tonight is number 14, Alex Jennings. And now, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your College Black Bears. As announced by head coach Dan Spencer. Leading off, playing center field from Washington State University, number 26, Matt Priest. Batting second, the left fielder from the University of Nebraska, number 44, Will Kresge. Batting third, the designated hitter from Utah Tech, number 19, Finnegan Stewart. Batting fourth, the right fielder from Skagit Valley College, number 9, Gavin Poffenroth. Batting fifth, the first baseman from South Alabama, number 36, Paxton Bigby. Batting sixth, the second baseman from Lower Columbia College, number 2, Brandon Oram. Batting seventh, the catcher from Iowa Western Community College, number 21, Martin Serrano. Batting eighth, the third baseman from UC Santa Barbara, number 17, Jack Meisner. Batting ninth, the shortstop from Gonzaga University, number 3, Andy Cisneros. Starting pitcher for the Black Bears tonight is number 38 from Vanguard University, Dylan Henson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. All right, the fans are ready, and you better believe the Black Bears are ready. Let's play ball!
Hello and welcome everybody to Wednesday at David Story Field. It is game 2 of this 3-game series between the Walla Walla Sweets and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Well, the Black Bears won their 4th straight game yesterday on the back of another solid bottom of the 5th inning offensively. Scored 3 runs in that frame after a couple of hits from Matt Priest, Jarrett Sable, Poffenroth, and 2 from Holt Williams. Now the Bears are looking to win their 2nd straight home series here at David Story Field. After going 1-11 in the first half, they've now won 4 straight at home. And 4 straight in general. First time they've won 4 games in a row all season. Looking to go for 5. How's 5 sound? Well, it'll be Dylan Henson on the mound for the Black Bears, taking on the Sweets lineup. It'll be Trevor T leading it off in left field. Landon Young at short, batting second. Tanner Kern at first, batting third. Dominic Cadiz, the DH today, batting fourth. Owen Estabrook doing the catching, batting fifth. Nate Stuyvesant at second, batting sixth. Jacob Talbot at third, batting seventh. Andrew Demianu at batting eighth in center. And Hunter Komine in the 9-hole in right field. Henson is in his 8th game, 5th start of the season. Started off the year in the bullpen, but has moved to a regular rotation role, mostly playing in these Wednesday games. He has earned 2 losses in his last 2 outings. He gave up 5 runs, only 2 earned, though, on 7 hits against Portland. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Mostly due to the errors for the Black Bears. And the Black Bears had a lot of errors yesterday, 4 of them to be exact. They're up to 53 on the season, which is 3rd in the league. So definitely need to pick things up offensively, but for now, Trevor T will head to the plate as he'll lead it off. Game 2, Sweets and Black Bears. The first pitch from Dylan Henson on the way at 6:37, and it's inside for ball 1. I feel like we always be starting 2 minutes to 3 minutes late for the past 4 days. 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. So Trevor T didn't play yesterday. His last game was on Sunday on the 6th against Yakima. Went 0 for 3. Is currently an 0 for 6 skid from that series. That's inside for ball 3. Now Dylan Henson has a fastball changeup slider. Pretty easy 3-pitch mix. Has some good right on the heater, but doesn't throw it too fast, 85 to 87. Has walked 10 guys already this season, and now 11, as Trevor T will take first on a 4-pitch walk. Trevor T takes first, and now it'll be Landon Young. He had a very good game yesterday. Has a hit in 4 straight now, as he went 3 for 5 with a run driven in. And one of the 2 runs for the Sweets in their 4-2 loss yesterday. So that's outside for ball 1. The Sweets were threatening in the 9th against Hayden Thompson after he walked 2, but they were able to induce a first pitch double play to Billy Scaldaferri to get out of the jam and take game 1. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. 5 straight balls, and that streak is over as it is 1-1 now to Young. Young got more hits yesterday than he did in the entire first series against Cowlitz, where he went 1 for 5 with a double. Did steal 2 bags, though. The throw back to first is not in time. Big B over on first. He's back. He's been gone for a little bit, but is returning and is playing over at first base. Take a look at the defense after this at-bat, as that's fouled off, and it's 1-2. It's a bit of a chilly one today for a mid-July game. 67, 68. It's very nice out. I will say that. It's not too warm, not too cold. Young hitting at a 310 now after his 3-hit performance. 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Landon Young goes down swinging. First strikeout of the day for Dylan Henson, and that's out number 1. Let's take a look at the defense now for the Black Bears. Will Jeski's in left, Matt Priest is in center, Gavin Poffenroth is in right. Jack Meissner's at third. Andy Cisneros is at short. Braden Oram is at second. And Paxton Bigby at first, with Martin Serrano making his Black Bears debut this season. Doing the catching. Runner goes on the first pitch, and it is dropped by Serrano. As taking second is Trevor T. So he's now 5 for 7 on steals this season, and the Sweets have an early runner in scoring position. Well, yesterday the Sweets left 11 guys on base, only able to score 2 of them. Fly ball into right field. Poffenroth is under it. He will make the grab. Trevor T fakes heading to third, but he will not go. He'll stay on second, and a big out number 2 for Henson in the first. That'll bring up Dom Cadiz. Oh, Cadiz doesn't have many offers this season, but he had one yesterday, went 0 for 4, but did reach on 2 errors and walked. So the 0 for 4 is a bit misleading, as he did reach 3 times, but 0 for 4 nonetheless. First pitch outside for ball 1. And Trevor T on second. So out of the 28 games Dominic Cadiz has played, he has only gotten no hits in 6 of them. 13 multi-hit games. Only 6 games now where he's gone over. One of those games he came in as a defensive replacement. That'll hit the zone for strike 1. And this is Cadiz, who went 4 for 7 with 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 walks in the first series against the Black Bears back in June. Now July, as the Black Bears are 4 and 3 in July now. That's high for ball 2. Oh, Cadiz, an all-star. Kern, Cadiz, Guile, all on the all-star team. Guile not in the lineup today after his injury in left center on the double by Braden Lundberg, as that'll hit the zone for strike 2. Hey, we're going to wait until he had BP, Guile, to see if he was good enough to play today, and it seems like he wasn't. So wishing Guile feels better and is able to get back in the lineup. We had injuries here at the West Coast League. Fly ball into left field. It'll drop in foul. 2-2. So, future Bruin in Dominic Cadiz from Sherman Oaks, so not too far away from home, with UCLA being in the Pasadena area. Has 3 hits in his last 5 games, so he's kind of slumping, but still hitting at 388, so is it really much of a slump? That's ripped over to the left side, and foul again. It's 2-2. Once more. Well, the Black Bears are wearing the cream uniforms again. They've won 4 straight with them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is the mindset. Trying to win their 5th straight game. Fly ball into center field. Matt Priest is heading under it. He'll backtrack and make the grab. 4 out, number 3. So leadoff walk from Henson. He's able to get the next 3 retired, and a scoreless top of the first. Into the bottom half, no score here from David Story Field.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Game 2 of this 3-game series. As the Black Bears took the first one, and the top of the first for Dylan Henson was a solid one. Walked Trevor T on 4 pitches, but ended up getting Young, Kern, and Cadiz, the bulk of the lineup, all out, and is surviving the first, throwing a scoreless no-hit first. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Black Bears, presented by Cowlitz River Dental. Matt Priest, of course, in his leadoff spot. Will Jeske bats second in left field. Finn Stewart, the DH, batting third. Poff, the right fielder, batting fourth. Paxton Bigby, the first baseman, in the 5 spot. Braden Oram at second base, batting sixth. Martin Serrano, the catcher, batting seventh. Jack Meissner at third, batting eighth, and Andy Cisneros in the 9 spot for the Black Bears. Starting pitcher for the Sweets is going to be Alex Jennings. Jennings from Colorado Mesa, like his Sweets teammate and Trevor T. Both of them went to Colorado Mesa. His freshman year in 2025 is he only pitched 3 innings in 3 games. At a 0 ERA, pitched on February the 28th against MSU Billings, which is in Montana. Pitched a scoreless frame, a hitless frame with 2 walks and a strikeout. On March the 22nd against Colorado Christian, he threw an inning, hitless once again. And on April the 5th versus Adams State, he gave up 2 hits in an inning, 4 runs, 0 earned, which included a homer, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So not too much playing time for Jennings in his freshman season, but it's a freshman campaign. You're not expected to get too much playing time, depending on situations. First pitch from Jennings to Priest is going to hit the zone for strike 1. Jennings from San Diego, California. Went to James Madison High School. 0-1. Fly ball is going to get out of play to the right side. It's foul, and it's 0-2. Well, Matt Priest, it was just announced by Washington State that he has officially committed there for the next season. So congrats to Priest for becoming a member of the Wazoo Cougars. 0-2. Check swing, and he did go around. That's strike 3. First strikeout for Jennings, and that's the first out in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Will Jeske. Well, Alex Jennings has a good amount of pitches. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, his top 4. Bat breaks, and it's a roller to third, over to first, and it's going to get high into the screen. Talbot at third, misplays the throw, and that's the 5th error by a third baseman so far today in the past 2 games. Jeske's on first now after the E5, 5th E5 in this series. As Cadiz was over there yesterday, and so was Crane, but now we have 2 new third basemen. Jacob Talbot and Jack Meissner are at third today for both squads. Jeske now on first with 1 out. His bat did break on that one. It made a very interesting sound as the fastball will hit the zone for strike 1. Well, Jennings, 6.19 ERA in 20 and a third. Makes sense he has a 6.19 ERA. That's San Diego's area code. That's inside for ball 1. 20 and a third innings, so he's been pitching a lot for the Sweets this season. Now the 1-1 here with 1 out. Jeske on first. 1-1 inside, almost hits Finn Stewart. And it's 2-1. Well, Jennings had a very poor outing in his last one. On the second, gave up 7 earned runs in 2 and a third, 3 hits, 7 walks. So is prone to walks, has 20 of them compared to now 20 strikeouts. Grounder up the middle over to second. Stuyvesant will toss to short onto first for 2. So the error is eliminated as they're able to get the double play, and that will do it for the first inning. We head to the second inning here in Longview. It is no score still.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitsblackbears.com.
You know what it takes to be successful when you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do. Bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Black Bears are unable to score after the error at third by Talbot, as it's still 0-0 heading to the top of the second. It'll be Estabrook, Stuyvesant, and Talbot, the top three in the top of the second, to face off against Henson, who walked Trevor T on 4 pitches, but was able to get out of it pretty smoothly. Estabrook was the DH yesterday and went 1 for 3, walked twice, but is now the catcher. Nikhil Beasley, the catcher from yesterday, getting the day off today. First pitch now from Dylan Henson. 6'7" frame. Now no longer the tallest guy on the roster, as Warren Rose listed at 6'9". See if he pitches today in the bullpen for the Bears, as the first pitch will hit the zone for strike one. Estabrook, 228 for Columbia. Team that went to the regional this season after winning the Ivy League tournament, as that's outside for ball one. They finished 30-19 after starting the season 1-10. They ended up winning the Ivy League tournament, but lost against Miami and Southern Miss to fail to advance any farther than that. But still, a regional berth after starting 1 for 10 is crazy. Outside for ball two, and it's 2-1. That was his sophomore year. His freshman year, he hit .259 in 31 games and played for the San Luis Obispo Blues of the California Collegiate League, as that's fouled off the mask of Serrano, and it's 2-2. Well, Serrano, new addition, didn't play yesterday, but got here yesterday along with Warren Rose and Talon Kelly, who we'll see pitch at some point this week. Not sure when. 2-2. Ripped down the line, and it's foul. Oh, one hopped over into the area near the concessions. It was a rope, but it ends up going foul, and it stays at 2-2. Columbia lost 35-1 against Oregon on March the 1st. 35-1, which is crazy, considering both of those teams ended up making the regional. Another foul makes it a 2-2 count still. We're still doing this. Well, we saw Orem have a couple of very long ABs in yesterday's game. The 11-pitch fly out to center. There's a fly ball into deep center field. Poffenroth will grab it at the base of the track for out number one. That'll bring up Nate Stuyvesant, who didn't play yesterday. His last game was actually on Saturday, which he went 1 for 4, had a double, drove in 2. Stuyvesant has pitched somewhat. He pitched a third of an inning this season. Gave up a run on 2 hits. Was mostly a hitter. Left center, sliding grab is Jeske, and he makes the grab for out number 2. Well, Will Jeske came into this season as a catcher, is advanced to second, and ended up as a mainstay in left field, and he's been very good out there. He's listed as a utility man on the Black Bears, or on the Nebraska Cornhuskers roster, but we've listed him as a catcher, and now he's going to be an outfielder for the foreseeable future, according to the positions he's been put by Dan Spencer. 0-1 now to Jacob Talbot. Check swing, and he did go around, so it's 0-2. Well, Talbot does a lot more pitching than hitting so far this season. He does both. He's a two-way guy. He did a lot of hitting against Cowlitz in the first series, went 2 for 7, but he's also played 7 games in the bullpen. So we might see him pitch this series. outside for ball 1. His last game, like Stuyvesant, was also on Saturday, which he went 0 for 3. But he's done a good bit of hitting and pitching in his last outing as a pitcher. He pitched 2 scoreless against Bend on the 2nd. Swung on and missed, but it gets past Serrano. He'll slide and throw on to first. Not in time, so it's a strikeout, but Talbot will reach on the pass ball. So Deminu now stands in. He was a starter yesterday, moved from right to center after Komine came into the game. Komine on deck now after the drop third, ends up in Talbot reaching first. Deminu 1 for 4 yesterday, hit a single. Back pick to first is a good throw from Serrano, but not in time, as that's called strike 1. You know, something I've learned from the West Coast League season, I feel like I've had to talk about every single Lynn Benton guy on the roster because they're all on just different teams in the West Coast League, except for the Bears. The Bears don't have any Lynn Benton guys, but like the Drifters had 4 or 5. The Knights had 4 or 5 as well, and then here's Deminu. Another throw back and not in time. And it is a Lynn Benton squad that, as mentioned a lot, won the NWAC championship. They started 12-0-1. They had a tie on the season. Fly ball shallow right field, but Poff will run it and make the grab for out number 3. So technically 4 outs in that one. Dylan Henson drop third, ends up in Talbot reaching, but he's got 2 Ks and 2 scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the second. No score.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Well, tomorrow, July 10th, is Game 3 of this 3-game series, but it's also Cowlitz PUD night, where you can enjoy special giveaways and fun activities courtesy of Cowlitz PUD, giveaways including a mini bat giveaway. So make sure to get to David Story early tomorrow, as the game, of course, is going to start at 6:35, as does every other game, at least during the week. It is going to be tomorrow, Thursday, July 10th, PUD night with a mini bat giveaway. It'll be Poff, Bigby, and Orem, the top 3 for the Bears. Still tied up at 0-0 apiece. First pitch now from Jennings. And it's going to be fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Now, Poff, as mentioned, he is the only Black Bears All-Star we have. So he'll be heading up to Bellingham for the July 16th All-Star game. Congrats to Mr. Poffenroth for the honor. That's outside for ball 1. Now hitting at a 341 after a 1 for 4 day yesterday. Poffenroth hit a rocket double off the fencing in left field. That was the only hit he got, though, as that's fouled away, and it's 1-2. Poffenroth has been here since day one. Top 4 in the lineup, Priest, Jeske, Stewart, and Poffenroth have by far the most games played in the starting lineup. They're the only ones that have played more than 20 games now after Nicky Garitano's departure. At least on the offensive side. We've had a lot of pitchers stay the whole season. Now the 2-2. Off the end of the bat, gets a piece of it, and it's still at 2-2. Poff stays alive. Nine multi-hit games for Poffenroth, including Sunday, when he went 2 for 4 against Springfield in Game 3. That will hit the zone for strike 3. 2 strikeouts already for Jennings. And the fastball freezes Poffenroth. He's down on strikes. And now 1 out in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Paxton Bigby. Well, Bigby has missed a solid amount of time. He's been gone. His last game was on the 29th against Corvallis. Ripped into right field, and that's down for a base hit. First pitch swinging, the first hit of the day for either squad is a Paxton Bigby single, and he's on first with 1 out. Well, Bigby missed the Ridgefield game as well as the Portland series and the Springfield series, but is back here for Walla Walla and is able to get his 12th hit of the season on the first pitch. That'll bring up Orem. He has now hit in 4 of his last 5 games, went 1 for 4 yesterday. First pitch in the dirt. Good scoop, though, from Estabrook, and it's 1-0. Well, Orem has 5 hits, all of which in 5 games has 1 hit per game, but has a hit in 5 of 7. If that makes sense. This is his 8th game. That'll miss outside on the fastball, and it's 2-0. Braden Orem now has as many at-bats as he did with Bend. He went 5 for 23 so far this season with the Cowlitz and 7 for 23 with Bend to start the year in 15 games. That's low for ball 3. So I guess it shows how much playing time Orem's getting. He has the same amount of at-bats in Cowlitz as Bend with half the amount of games. 15 games with Bend, only 7. This is his 8th with Cowlitz, and now he'll take ball 4. So Orem walks. Bigby will advance to second. First walk of the day for Jennings. He's got 21 of them on the season now. And this is a big spot for the first at-bat of 2025 for Martin Serrano. And I'm not going to say Black Bears debut because he was here for 2 games last season. Went 1 for 5 in 2 games. Struck out 4 times, though, on July the 13th and 14th when the Black Bears played Kelowna last season here at David Story Field. First pitch is going to hit the zone for strike 1. Serrano was at Oregon State his freshman season this year. Only played in 3 games, but is committed to Iowa Western for next year. Now the 0-1. Flies that one off to the left, way out of play, and it's 0-2. Well, Serrano played with the Marion Berries for 6 games already this season. Ended up going 1 for 19. His 1 hit came on the 27th against Springfield. And his last game came on July the 1st, so he came immediately to the Bears after the Berries. 0-2 is fouled back, and it'll stay at 0-2. So Serrano only played 6 games with the Berries. 1 came against Bend, 3 against Springfield. He played that whole series, and then 1 against Corvallis, and 1 against Yakima. Now here against Walla Walla, 0-2. Bit high, and it's 1-2. He hit .446 his senior year of high school at Pocatello High School. I'm originally from Pocatello, Idaho. Michigan State Beaver was a part of that run in which they went to Omaha. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts now for Jennings and 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up Meisner, who had a hit yesterday, broke a 0 for 16 skid, and only 2 for 26 though, now in his 13th game. Has a chance to drive in his 3rd RBI with Bigby at second, as that's high for ball 1. Meisner, and then the bottom of the lineup in Cisneros. Meisner in the transfer portal right now after his 2-game season this season with UC Santa Barbara. One of the 4 Gauchos. Crane was a late scratch today at 3rd, so Meisner is taken over for him as Jennings throws a ball inside and falls down. We saw that happen to Champion yesterday. Now 2-0 to Meisner. He's got 4 walks on the year. A lot of mix-ups in the lineup right before the game started. Meisner being a new addition. As that'll hit the zone for strike 1. So Crane was out. He was in the 5 spot. That goes to Bigby. Serrano was in this spot where Meisner's at. He's now up 1 spot, and now Meisner here in this 8-hole. 1-2 way outside, and it's 3-1. Walk would load the bases for Cisneros, who hasn't gotten too much playing time so far this season. Only in 1 game since getting here to start the series against Springfield. Now the 3-1. Ripped over to second. It'll be Stuyvesant. He'll scoop it up. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. So the Black Bears get 2 to reach on the single by Bigby and the walk by Orem. Neither of them come around to score. As we're done with 2 here at David Story Field, still no score.
Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at cowlitz.blackbears.com. Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com to be a part of this special event.
Well, believe it or not, the Black Bears actually have the 2nd highest winning streak right now in the West Coast League South Division. The first one is going to Corvallis, who have won 9 straight. They had a slow start. It was bound to happen that they were going to come back, and now they're 21-10 in second in the West Coast League South, behind the Portland Pickles, who are still killing it, 25-6, and it seems like half their team made it to the All-Star game. It'll be Komine leading off. He'll show a bunt, drops it down, but foul. It'll be Komine, Trevor T, and Landon Young in the top 3, as the lineup is set to bat for the 2nd time today. Komine went 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter for Gunnar Guile. He walked, and that was only his 2nd game, as that'll miss low for ball 1. This is his 3rd game now, and he's 0 for 4 after his 1st game with the Sweets on Sunday. He went 0 for 3, but drove in a run on a walk. 1-1 pitch. Grounder over to Henson. He'll run after to get it. Toss to first is in time for out number 1. Well, this is what Dan Spencer was practicing just today, the PFPs. And Dylan Henson able to work that to perfection and get an easy out number 1. That will bring up Trevor T as the lineup flips over with the loss. The Sweets are now 35 and 44 all time against the Black Bears, 15 and 25 here at David Story Field. And the season series is all tied up at 2 apiece. First pitch is going to hit the zone. Good framing from Serrano, and it's 0-1. Well, Trevor T didn't appear in a game for Colorado Mesa in 2025. Grounder over to third. Meissner will scoop it up. Throw on to first is high, and Bigby catches it, but he falls off the bag. And it's another error at third. 6 errors at third between Cadiz, Crane, Meissner, and Talbot in these first 2 games. Kind of crazy. 6 errors between both squads yesterday. This is both teams. The Black Bears are 3rd in errors. The Sweets are 4th. Now both of them have 1 each as the breaking ball will hit the zone against Young, who was the first of 2 strikeouts for Henson so far in his outing. Young having a good game yesterday, but so far 0 for 1. Throw on to first, not in time. Henson's doing a good job at making quick throws that are low for Bigby to easily make the tag, but hasn't been able to get a guy yet. Tanner Kern, the only lefty, by the way, who's on deck. The only lefty in the lineup for the Sweets today. Not too many lefties over on the Walla Walla side of things. Or I was on the third base side here at David Story Field. Well, Landon Young was a TCU Horned Frog and now is at Washington. Must really like the color purple, and I don't blame him. I like purple too. Fouls one back, and it's 0-2. Well, Young was at Aquinas High School. Senior season hit .391, 34 hits in 31 games. Had a very good season. Also stole 22 bags. Stole 18 in 2023 and 25 in 2022. And he has 11 this season. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Landon Young goes down for the 2nd time. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Dylan Henson. And now 2 outs. It'll bring up Tanner Kern. As mentioned, Kern's the only lefty in the lineup for the Sweets. As time is called, Dan Spencer will have a chat with Henson as well as Serrano. Well, Friday, July 11th is a Fiber Family Friday. All fans who present a Fiber FCU card at the ticket gate will get $5 off their admission into the ballpark. Stop by the Fiber booth for a chance to win an amazing giveaway. Plus, make sure you find our on-field host before the 3rd inning to sign up for the always entertaining Fiber Bat Limbo. It's also our first Cub Club member day. All Cub Club members have free tickets to the game. Be sure to show your Cub Club member ID for special perks during the game. Goodness, it is so hard to say Cub Club fast. Dan Spencer heading back. They're figuring out how to take on Tanner Kern. Tanner Kern is West Coast League All-Star, but just cannot seem to hit Cowlitz pitching so far this season. 0 for 10. As a throw back to first is not in time. Kern won West Coast League Player of the Week all the way back on June the 9th after a stellar few games. Fouled back, and it's 0-1. He had 2 games, or 3 games actually. He went 2 for 5 against Yakima Valley on the 4th, 4 for 5 on June the 5th against Yakima, and then 3 for 5 against Ridgefield, scoring 9 times, which is, yeah, I'd say that's means for a West Coast League Player of the Week. Fly ball is going to get out of play, foul, and it's 0-2. Current part of the Sac State Hornets, but is in the transfer portal as of the 9th. He entered the transfer portal on the same day that he won West Coast League Player of the Week, which, you know, has to be good for the resume at least if you're looking for a new team, especially with the All-Star nod as well. 0-2. Another one fouled back. So he gets a piece of one. Still in this one as it's 0-2. Was the first team all WCAL at Archbishop Mitty High School from San Jose originally. Second team all NorCal, and their team won a CIF Division I Central Coast Section title. Runner goes, throw on to second, and not in time. Trevor T steals his second base of the day already, and he's got 6 on the year now. That was called ball 1, and it's 1-2 to Kern. Now the runner in scoring position. Kern has 12 RBIs, looking to get his 13th if he can get one to the outfield here. Matt Priest playing pretty far back in center field. 1-2. Fly ball into Priest as he is positioned perfectly. Didn't even have to move too much, and that is out number 3. Well, Matt Priest knew something we didn't as he was able to make that catch easily. And it is still scoreless heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Bottom of the 3rd inning as, well, this is kind of looking like the first game in which nobody scored until the bottom of the 3rd, where Cowlitz put up a run. We'll see if that happens here today, and if it does, it could be a good sign for the future, as the Black Bears won yesterday 4-2. It'll start with Andy Cisneros, who is in his 2nd game of the season. First game against Springfield on Sunday, went 0 for 2. As hasn't gotten too much playing time, but is getting the start today with a few guys out. Liam Barrett out, and so is Jarrett Sable. Fly ball will go foul over the box, and it's 0-1. Well, Cisneros was at Morehead State this season, but is committed to Gonzaga for next year. Chopper over to Young at short. He's going to have to go quick. Throw on to first is not in time. Cisneros has his first hit of the season, and it's an infield single. He's able to reach, and now it's back to Matt Priest in the top of the lineup for the 2nd time. Well, Cisneros hasn't reached yet this season, so he hasn't attempted a stolen base. Does have some speed, though, as he was able to beat out the throw from Young at short, and now he's on first with nobody out. First time the leadoff man has reached for the Bears today, as the leadoff man for the first 2 innings both struck out. First pitch from Jennings inside for ball 1. And Priest was that leadoff man in the bottom of the 1st who struck out. And he's 0 for 1 as shoe tying will commence. So 2 hits now for the Black Bears. 2 singles, one by Bigby, one by Cisneros. No hits on the other side for the Sweets. Jennings, now the 1-0 is low for ball 2. Pre-San Diego La Jolla Country Day. So this is 2 San Diego guys facing off against each other for the second time. Matt Priest, La Jolla Country Day, and Jennings, JMHS, James Madison, as that'll hit the zone for strike 1. How about we see a home run? Priest already has 3 on the season with 13 RBIs. Now the 2-1. Grounder over too short, and no tag at second. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. So Cisneros got a head start. He was running to second, and he is able to avoid the double play. As Priest is a ground out for out number 1. That'll bring up Jeske, who now has a man on second with 1 out. Jeske last played on Sunday, went 0 for 3. He's been struggling as of recent, but has a chance to drive in his 10th run of the season. That one's outside for ball 1. Jeske from Nebraska, originally Lincoln. He got a good amount of playing time at Nebraska, 43 games. So ground one over to third as Talbot will throw on to first for out number 2. And Cisneros, some smart base running, will advance to third. Cisneros at third now, 90 feet away, and the RBI leader for the Black Bears, Finn Stewart, comes up to the plate. He seems to always love driving guys in, as he has an RBI in all of his last 4 games, including a sac fly yesterday. No chance at a sac fly today, or at least in this one, but can still drive in a run with a single. That'll hit the zone for strike 1. Well, Finn Stewart has been struggling against Walla Walla this season, is now 1 for 15, but has driven in 3. That's low and away, and it's 1-1. Stewart, as mentioned, is the aux guy here at David Story Field when we have BP. That's low and away for ball 2. He likes switching up the genres a little bit, and this time today it was old country, which was interesting. And Finn Stewart always has a new genre ready to go. His music taste is, I will say, phenomenal. 2-1 fouled back, and it's 2-2. Finn Stewart from Newport Beach, California. SoCal. Went to Orange Lutheran High School. Hit a home run against Isaac Hollum in his Utah Tech season this year, but that's the only Walla Walla pitcher he's faced. Fly ball into center field. Demianu will track it and make the grab for out number 3. So the single from Cisneros, he advances to third, but doesn't end up coming in to score. Third runner left on base for the Black Bears. And we head to the 4th, still scoreless.
Hey there, everyone. It's me, the voice of summer. And I'm here to talk to you about the Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes by Fiber Federal Credit Union. It's good, clean fun in the sun where some lucky member could win bigger than a giant wave off Maui. So roll out the blanket, put some surf tunes on, and use your Fiber debit card to catch your share of our $9,000 plus prize wave. Every time you use your Fiber debit card for a purchase of $5 or more, you'll be entered into our Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes. Like the sea, with water and swimsuits. 3 Fiber family members each week will win $100, and one member will win the $5,000 grand prize October 1st. Whew, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about all the cha-chaing I can do with that moolah. Visit fibercu.com/sweepstakes for the official rules, and cowabunga if you must. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. No purchase necessary to win. Federally insured by NCUA.
Well, Saturday, July 12th is a special jersey auction. Each jersey will feature a patch from one of our local law enforcement, fire, or EMT agencies. Fans will have the opportunity to bid on these custom jerseys throughout the game, with the winning bidder getting to go on the field to collect their jersey after the game. 100% of the proceeds from the night will benefit Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Saturday, July 12th, 6:35 against the Northwest Star Nighthawks. First pitch from Henson. Swung on and missed by Cadiz, and it is 0-1. Cadiz flew out to Priest in his first at-bat. Now 0 for 1 on the day after 0 for 4 day yesterday. That will miss. A very close call, and it's 1-1. It is Jacob Fisher behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, and Hudson Boucher on the bases. Calling the bases. 1-1. Grounder over to third, but it's foul, and it's 1-2. So Henson from Vanguard only pitched 7 2/3. Vanguard had their first season in Division II this season, and for a first year in a new division, 28-22 on the year is very good actually. That's high for ball 2. They went 28-22, 24-20 in conference. Now the 2-2. Fly ball into left field. Got just a bit under it as Will Jeske will make the grab for out number 2. Out number 1, not out number 2. That'll bring up Estabrook. Has had 2 1-for-3 days against the Black Bears this season. And one of them was yesterday. 1-for-3, 2 walks, but flat to Poffenright. Poffenroth in his first at-bat. Fouled back, and it's 0-1. Can we call Poffenroth Poffenright when he plays right field? I feel like we should do that. Feels right. Now the 0-1 from Henson. Fly ball into Poffenright, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So Estabrook is now flew out twice over to Gavin in right field, as that'll bring up Nate Stuyvesant, who flew out to left. And it was a nice grab by Jeske on a slide, who was able to get out number 2 back in the second inning. Now with 2 outs here in the 4th. First pitch will hit the zone for strike 1. Stuyvesant went to Stanford this season, freshman year in 2025. Didn't appear in a game for the Cardinal. From Redondo Beach, California. Serrano was positioned way outside, and he throws it outside for strike 1. Well, the Stuyvesant family, very athletic. His dad, Craig, was drafted by the Expos in the 21st round of the 1989 draft, as he swings and misses for strike 2. Nate played in the California Collegiate League as well, though. Hit .088. 3 for 34 in 12 games with the Orange County Riptide. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Henson. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 for Dylan. And he's thrown 4 scoreless. We head to the bottom half of the fourth, 0-0.
You know what it takes to be successful when you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do. Bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Bottom four in a bit of a pitcher's duel between Alex Jennings and Dylan Henson, as Henson was able to strike out Nate Stuyvesant to end the fourth in a 1-2-3 fashion. 2 hits combined between these two squads. Both of them are coming on the side of the Black Bears. 2 singles, one from Bigby, one from Cisneros, as it'll be Poffenroth, Bigby, and Orem, the top 3, in the bottom of the fourth. Well, Poff struck out looking, was the second of 3 strikeouts for Jennings so far. As Jennings is now up to 23 strikeouts on the year and 20 walks after his performance so far, as there's a guy or two warming up in the bullpen, but it looks like they just stopped. First pitch from Jennings to Poffenroth is a bit low for ball 1.
Of course, I say the dirt. It's still just the turf acting as dirt, of course. Here at the field for both lower.
Poff 341 still leads the team in average, even though it's gone down since yesterday. Grounder over to third. Talbot throwing to first is in time for out number 1. That'll bring up Bigby. Hit a nice single above the second baseman Stuyvesant on the first pitch. Ended up advancing to second, but couldn't come around to score. Well, Bigby, Shoreline, sophomore year this year, but is going to be a future South Alabama Jaguar in Mobile. As that's inside for ball 1. Well, Bigby hasn't played yet this series, but went 1 for 10 against Walla Walla back at Borleski. Struck out 4 times, and has already 1 for 1 against Walla Walla in this series. That's high for ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch. Blooper into center field, diving on it, and it'll get past Demianu. How about a 2-for-2 day for Paxton Bigby? That'll most certainly be called a hit, and it will be. So Paxton Bigby, 2 singles. Already has more hits in this series against Walla Walla than he did in the first one, as he's on first with 1 out. That'll bring up Braden Orem, who is the recipient of the lone walk of today by Alex Jennings. And Orem has reached in every game this season. First pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Well, Bigby 2 for 3 on steals, but doesn't actually take too big of a lead off of first. Getting covered over there by Tanner Kern. 0-1 misses outside, as Bigby took a bit of a weird hop off of first, but didn't end up going. And it's 1-1. Aaron Serrano on deck. Second at bat as a Black Bear this season. Coming up. Outside again, and it's 2-1. Well, Orem here at Lower Columbia College his sophomore season, looking for a 4-year to call home. His brother, Camden was at Linfield this season. Wonder if Braden might follow in his footsteps. But we don't know quite yet. Fly ball will get foul off to the right side, and it's 2-2. So now 3 hits for the Bears. I've noticed that David Story Field is the only stadium that I've seen, at least so far this season, that has half infield, half turf, half grass. It's either all turf or all grass, but this one's half and half. It's interesting. It's a bit high for ball 3. It's the first full count we've seen so far today. Oh, Orem Walk would put 2 on again with 1 out for Serrano, as Jennings was able to get out of it in the second inning. Bigby takes a massive lead, and Jennings has to step off. He doesn't take a big lead at first. Well, definitely dances off there a little bit, if need be, and causes Jennings to step off. Now, a 3-2. Grounder over to third. Talbot over to Stuyvesant on to first. And a 5-4-3 double play. That's 2 DPs now that the Black Bears have hit into, as Jennings and Henson are both through 4. We head to the top of the 5th, no score between the Sweets and the Bears.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Help and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com. Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Top of the 5th, sun is shining quite bright now, as we are in desperate need of it going down to the trees to save me and everybody sitting in front of me's eyesight. Top of the 5th, Talbot, Demianu, Komene, top 3 in the top of the 5th. The bottom 3 in the order, though, for the Sweets. First pitch from Henson. Check swing over to second. It'll be Orem, who will flip with his glove over to first for out number 1. It seemed like off the bat, Talbot didn't seem like he knew it was going to be fair. So he did get a little bit of a late start on the run over to first, and Orem able to take advantage and flip it over to Bigby. That'll bring up Demianu, who is 0-for-1, flew out to Poffenroth back in the second inning. That is low for ball 1, so Dylan Henson is throwing 4 scoreless. That's shut down this Sweets lineup. That'll get past Serrano, and it's 2-0. Only the 1 walk in the air, as well as the drop third strike by Talbot, the only 3 base runners that the Sweets have gotten on so far today. Now the 2-0. That is going to hit the zone at the knees. A bit low on the lower half, as it's called strike 1. Komene, the 9-hitter, on deck. 2-1. Grounder foul down the left field line. And it's 2-2. Well, Henson already has 4 strikeouts so far today. That increases his total to 16 on the year, with now 11 walks after the walk to Trevor T. Walked T on 4 pitches to lead off the game, but has not walked anybody since. T, the only guy that has reached twice. He had a walk in the air over at third by Meissner. 2-2. That's fouled away over to the right field side. Black Bears bullpen might get another souvenir, and it's going to stay at 2-2. Well, Henson hasn't given up no runs in an outing since the 12th of June against the Marion Berries. He threw 3 1/3 scoreless. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That is 5 strikeouts on the day for Henson. 5 strikeouts now for Henson, 17 on the year, as that'll bring up Komine with 2 outs. First pitch to Komine is outside for ball 1. Well, Henson looking to get through the lineup twice without a run allowing. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, foul ground. Bigby running after it, heading to the fence, and it will get out of play. A foul ball, and it's 1-1. Henson, a 3.31 ERA, is bound to go down after this outing, as a 3.31 is already one of the lower ERAs on the Black Bears pitching staff, especially with how many innings he's pitched now, being 24 2/3 if we're including this outing. 1-2 as that one was a foul down the third base line. The 1-2 from Henson. Bit outside, and it's 2-2. Well, Henson did have to take an at-bat against Yakima. Always got to mention it. He struck out on 3 pitches after Matt Priest got injured. 2-2. Fly ball, foul ground again. Bigby not even giving that one a chance, as it'll go out of play. Way out of play. Wow. That went over the building out in Lower Columbia College. Still at 2-2. One of the longer at-bats we've seen today. Another 2-2. Fly ball, this one's fair in shallow center. Under it is Braden Oram, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. Dylan Henson, 5 scoreless. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home here at David Story Field. No score.
Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at CowlitzBlackBears.com to be a part of this special event.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard.
Bottom 5, no score. Alex Jennings out there. He's thrown 4 scoreless. Dylan Henson has also thrown 4 scoreless plus 1. Make that 5 scoreless for all you mathematicians out there. It'll be Martin Serrano, Jack Meissner, and Andy Cisneros, the bottom three in the lineup, to face off against Jennings. Black Bears trying to get something on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Serrano is the 3rd strikeout victim of 3 for Jennings so far. Second at bat this season. First pitch from Jennings is going to be a little low for ball 1. Serrano, 458 junior year, as he rips that one into center field, and it'll drop in for a base hit. Martin Serrano has his first hit of the 2025 season. And now that's 4 hits on the day for Cowlitz. Second time the leadoff man is reached. Cisneros hit a single back in the 3rd to lead off. Went to 3rd but didn't end up scoring, as now Serrano on 1st after his first hit of the season. Meissner will step up. He is 0 for 1 at a ground out to 2nd. Black Bears have already grounded into 2 double plays today. 4-6-3 from Finn Stewart to end the 1st, and the 5-4-3 by Orem to end last inning, the 4th. Meissner already has a ground out to 2nd, so trying to avoid another double play. 2 throws over to 1st as Serrano's back there safely. Serrano not too big of a base stealer. Showing bunt, pulls it back, but it's called strike 1 on the outside edge. Well, Meissner in his senior year at Brophy College Prep led the team in average at .411, hits with 30, 29 runs, home runs with 4, and RBIs with 30. 0-1, bunt showed again as that is down the first base line. It will be fair. And Tanner Kern will tag Meissner. Advancing to 2nd is Serrano. So Meissner with the sacrifice ground out to 1st, as that just barely stayed fair. And that'll bring up Cisneros with 1 out and Serrano on 2nd. Well, Andy Cisneros was at Morehead State in the Ohio Valley Conference. Before that, though, was at Glendale Community College for 2 seasons. Hit .386 his freshman year. First pitch a bit high for ball 1. Well, Cisneros went to Sierra Canyon High School, which, yes, is the same high school that Bronny James went to, just in case you were wondering. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball into right field. After it is Komine making the grab, and tagging for 3rd is Serrano. He'll get there easily. And now there's 2 outs on a fly ball to right field for Cisneros. Back to the top of the lineup as Matt Priest comes up, man on 3rd again with 2 outs. Black Bears haven't been able to capitalize quite yet, but Matt Priest 0 for 2. He could be due here for an RBI. Trying to see if Serrano left early, and he did not. Which you might think is silly that they check, but we have seen them call a runner out before. That happened in the Port Angeles series. Priest, 13 RBIs on the season. Could be 14 if he gets something into the outfield. So that one's outside for ball 1. Here is the 1-0 from Jennings. Grounder over to 3rd. It'll be Talbot. Throw on over to 1st is high, but it'll be a tag applied to Priest at 1st. And that's out number 3. Talbot throws it high, but Kern's able to leap up and make the tag as Priest is now 0 for 3. We're heading to the 6th inning. The Black Bears and Sweets tied up at 0 still.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Well, Dylan Henson has been absolutely lights out, has only allowed 3 base runners, and one of them was a drop third strike for his second of 5 strikeouts. But he has allowed Trevor T to reach twice, and he is going to lead off here in the top of the 6th. It'll be Trevor T, Landon Young, Tanner Kern, the top 3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Well, a Black Bear has not reached the 7th inning. Ryan Falk has pitched the most innings for a Bear so far with 6. Henson could go more than 6 here if he's able to minimize damage. Fly ball into right field. Poffenroth is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So Henson now, easy first out on the first pitch, and that'll bring up Landon Young. So Dylan Henson inducing a lot of fly balls, only 2 groundouts. That's a fly ball, but that'll get foul off to the right. 10 outs via the fly ball. 5 to Poffenroth, 2 to Priest, and 1 to Jeske. I've made up for 10 of his 17 outs. So that's outside for ball 1. Young has 2 strikeouts on the day, was the first and third strikeout victim of Henson in his 5. That's inside for ball 2. Well, Henson, this is already the most innings he's pitched this season, going 5 1/3. He hasn't even pitched through 5 yet. 2-1. Fly ball into center field. Priest running back on it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. Well, Henson has only had 1 other appearance in which he's thrown more than 3 innings or more and hasn't given up a run. That was on the 8th against Yakima Valley in that 4-3 victory. 3rd game in that sweep at Yakima County Stadium, but since then has given up 6 earned. 3.31 ERA. That'll miss high for ball 1 to Kern. Kern has 2 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to center. As there's so many flyouts today, and Henson's been getting it done. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Henson trying to go 6. And if he gets this out, he'll most likely take the 7th. That's outside, and it's 2-1. I'll have to see what Dan Spencer thinks, as there's somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Black Bears. Or at least standing. Not really warming up. He's just kind of standing out there. 2-1. We'll hit the zone on the inside half, and it's 2-2. Nobody warming up in the Sweets bullpen. We might see Jennings go into the 6th as well. He might as well. He hasn't given up a run yet. 2-2. That'll get past Serrano over to the boards, and it's 3-2. Henson's only walked one guy today. That was the first batter of the game. Well, little did we know how dominant he would be in the next 5 2/3. Now the 3-2 with 2 outs to Kern. That'll miss, ball 4. Looks like it hit him. And Kern will take first on the hit by pitch. That's the first base runner that Henson has allowed since the top of the 3rd, by the way. Dylan Henson will hit a batter, and then seems like he might actually get out of the game. Well, Dylan Henson looks like he's going to come out of the game, and we'll see what the bullpen has in store. But Henson throws 5 2/3 hitless and scoreless, as he is responsible for the runner on first and Kern, but there are 2 outs. We'll see if the bullpen can keep things going. But Henson's seems like his day is done, as we will see the new pitcher face off against Dom Cadiz with 2 outs.
Hey there, everyone. It's me, the voice of summer. And I'm here to talk to you about the Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes by Fiber Federal Credit Union. It's good, clean fun in the sun where some lucky member could win bigger than a giant wave off Maui. So roll out the blanket, put some surf tunes on, and use your Fiber debit card to catch your share of our $9,000 plus prize wave. Every time you use your Fiber debit card for a purchase of $5 or more, you'll be entered into our Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes. Like the sea, you know, with water and swimsuits. 3 Fiber family members each week will win $100, and 1 member will win the $5,000 grand prize October 1st. Whew, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about all the cha-chaing I can do with that moolah. Visit fibercu.com/sweepstakes for the official rules, and cowabunga if you must. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. No purchase necessary to win. Federally insured by NCUA.
New pitcher is going to be Talon Kelly. Talon Kelly will be making his Cowlitz debut. He just got here yesterday, as didn't know if we'd see him pitch today. Dan Spencer said maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the rest of the week. He didn't really give me a solid answer, but either way, he's here today. And he is here with a man on first and Tanner Kern, ready to face off against Dominic Cadiz with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. The Sweets have yet to get a base hit this game. Not just this inning, this whole game. Talon Kelly looking to continue that into the 7th. But he'll have to face off against the best guy offensively for the Sweets, and Dom Cadiz. Now, of course, he's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 flyouts, but this is a new pitcher in Kelly, and we'll see what he has to offer here in his first outing. We're in the number 23. 3rd guy this season to wear 23. Javi Vasquez, Josh Hansen were both donning the Michael Jordan, LeBron James number. But now Kelly ready to go here to face off against Cadiz. 2 outs. And a man on first after Henson hits Kern on a 3-2. First pitch is a good block by Serrano, but it's 1-0. Well, Kelly, Utah Tech, teammates with Finn Stewart, who's the DH today. Pitched 17 innings, had a 7.94 ERA. Fly ball, shallow in the infield. It'll be Oram, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So Kelly gets the 1 out he needs. Fly out by Cadiz. He's 0 for 3 now today as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score here from David Story Field.
You know know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Bottom six, Alex Jennings is indeed out there for another inning, as he has now thrown 5 scoreless. He'll be facing off against Jeske, Finn Stewart, and Gavin Poffenroth, the top 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Somebody's got to score, or else we'll be here forever. That's how it is. That's how baseball works. And, you know, hopefully it's the good guys. Jeske is 0 for 2 on the day, has reached on an error over at third by Jacob Talbot, but otherwise a grounder to Talbot. He has 2 grounders over to third. Jeske will lead off. Will Jeske's mom is here. She said hi to me. Very nice woman. The entire Jeske family has been very nice to me so far this season, and I really appreciate that. So shout out the Jeske family. First pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Ripped into left field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Jeske will try for second. Throw into second is not in time. Very close play at second, but Jeske's in there, and he's got his second double of the year. The throw beat him by about half a step, but Jeske was able to dodge the tag. And now he's in scoring position with nobody out. So the bulk of this lineup in Stewart and Poff, as well as Bigby. Finn Stewart has been struggling so far in these two games. It looked like over in left field it might have gone past Trevor T, but he cuts it off and makes a great throw on a hop. But Jeske was chugging all the way to second and now has a double. That'll bring up Finn Stewart, who is 0 for 2, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first and flew out to center. Decent gap in between first and second with Stuyvesant covering Jeske over at second base. First pitch, fly ball into shallow right field. Under it is Komine. He will make the grab. No tag from Jeske at second. And that's the first out. Got someone warming up in the bullpen for the Sweets. See who it is. With Gavin Poffenroth coming up. It'll be Paxton Fenberg in the bullpen for the Walla Walla Sweets. Just in case things go awry here for Jennings with Gavin Poffenroth up to the plate. 0 for 2, but is always dangerous, as Jeske will take a big lead off of second, but he'll get back in safely. Jeske was being very risky on the running from second to third, but he was able to make it back in time. Looks like he'll be closely monitored over there by Stuyvesant. First pitch. First pitch will drill Poffenroth on the fastball, and he'll take first. Paxton Bigby now with 2 on, 1 out. He's 2 for 2 today. He has 2 singles. Now 5 hits for the Bears so far today. Has a chance to drive in a run. do what nobody else has been able to do so far. Has an RBI in 3 of his last 5 games, even if those 5 games have been a week or 2. First pitch. That's outside for ball 1. Well, the Black Bears have already grounded into 2 DPs. Don't want 3 here, as they need to score. Get something on the board here and put some pressure on Walla Walla when they don't have a run nor a hit. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss, and it's 2-0. Bigby has 13 walks on the year, has 10 RBIs. Hit 343 at Shoreline. Allows him to go from NWAC to D1. 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Walk would load the bases for Braden Oram. Oram has grounded into one of the 2 DPs, a 5-4-3 to end the 4th. But now a good hitter's count for Bigby, the 3-0. That will hit the zone. Strike 1 on the outside edge. Bigby looked like he was trying to head to first on the walk, but that's the bad news. At least he didn't flip the bat. Usually when guys flip the bat, it's kind of awkward. Now the 3-1 from Jennings after a couple looks back to second. That is ball 4. We'll see if Colby Waterlow wants to make the change here with the bases loaded, and here he comes. Bases loaded, 1 out. We'll see Jennings has the responsibility of all 3 runners. Jeske on second, Poffenroth on second, Jeske on third, and Bigby on first. Looks like maybe no change. Fenberg's still warming up in the bullpen, but it could just be a little mound visit here for Jennings. But if run comes in, Braden Oram could be the last batter for Alex Jennings, as he's pitched very well. 5 scoreless, he's given up 5 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But the Bears are threatening more than they have been all day. Oram has a walk and a double play, 5-4-3, so they have gotten him to ground out to turn 2 and end the inning. No change, though, as Jennings will try and get out of this jam that he has caused. Oram in a big spot here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Anything to the outfield could score Jeske. Saw him turn a long single into a double. First pitch now from Jennings. That is low for ball 1. Corner infielders are in up on the grass. Kernan, Talbot, Young, and Stuyvesant in the middle infield in double play depth with 1 out. Now the 1-0. That will hit the zone on the fastball for strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Blooper into left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Jeske scores. Poffenroth rounding third. Throw to the plates, not in time. Braden Oram, a 2-run single. And the Bears have broken the scoreless tie. It's 2-0. The scoreless tie is done. 2-0 Bears have the lead. Braden Oram comes in clutch. A bloop single over the head of Landon Young at short is able to score Jeske and Poff. And now Oram has 2 more RBIs. He's on first with Paxton Bigby on second. Still only 1 out in Martin Serrano, who got a base hit in his last at-bat. Trying to extend this lead. Alex Jennings is still out there. First pitch from Jennings. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Serrano and Meissner have very similar swings. I've noticed. Probably just because they're back-to-back in the order. Orem now 3 RBIs on the season. First 2 RBI game of the season in his 8 games now as the 0-1. Grounder over to second. Stuyvesant will bobble it. Throw on to first. Not in time. Almost a third double play, but Stuyvesant muffs it. And that's the second error for the Sweets, and it reloads the bases with 1 out. Bigby on third, Orem on second now with Serrano on first. That'll bring up Jack Meissner. Meissner 0 for 2 on the day, has a bases loaded 1 out situation. Second time we've seen this in the inning. First time Orem brought in 2. He's now on second. First pitch. He'll hit the zone on the inside for strike 1. Meissner, even though 2 for 26 on the year, has 2 RBIs. Corner infielder still up on the grass. 0-1 pitch. Curveball will hit the zone for strike 2. Good curve from Jennings. He's now given up 2 earned runs after the single. He had a phenomenal first 5 frames, but the 6th is getting away from him a little bit. Now the 0-2 in the turf, and it's 1-2. On bottom of the lineup in Cisneros on deck. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Only singles so far, except for the Jeske double to lead off the 6th inning. 6 hits for the Bears. 1-2. Inside. And it doesn't hit him. Meissner gets out of the way. I'm sure the dugout might have wanted him to eat one and get a 3rd run in, but you can't blame the man for wanting to get out of the way of a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Now the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A big hack for Meissner, and he goes down swinging. 4th strikeout of the day for Jennings, and that's a big second out. That will bring up Andy Cisneros. That was the first strikeout for Jennings since the 2nd inning when he struck out Serrano. As that will bring up Cisneros. Bases still loaded, but now with 2 outs. Black Bears trying to extend their 2-0 advantage. With something on the board here. Bit low for ball 1. Well, the Black Bears didn't do anything in the bottom of the 5th as they usually do, but bottom 6th, bottom 5th, what's the difference, right? 2 errors now for the Sweets. 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Good hitters count for Cisneros. Only 1 walk on the day for Jennings after 7 in his last outing against Bend. 20 on the season, but has 4 strikeouts now, upping his rate to 23. Way up and in on Cisneros, and it's 3-0. Nowhere to put him. A walk would bring in a run and bring it back to Priest in the top of the lineup. Walk here, I feel, would most likely be the end of the day for Jennings. Now the 3-0. That's ball 4. A walk for Jennings of Cisneros will bring in a run. And it is 3-0 Cowlitz. And here comes Colby Waterlow. He will make the change. Paxton Fenberg will come into the game. Face of bases loaded, 2 out with the top of the lineup ready to go. So the Black Bears have a 3-run comfortable advantage. And, well, Jennings pitched a very dominant 5, but let 1 inning slip away from him. 3 runs, 2 earned only, as that one wasn't earned after the error. Well, we will see what Fenberg does against Matt Priest with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
I would ask him.
The Daily News is your local go-to newspaper. Get the latest local news and notices at
Well, the last $3 Tuesday of the season is Tuesday, July 22nd, when the Black Bears take on the Ridgefield Raptors in Game 1 of a 3-game series. Join the Black Bears as they take their rivals from down the river. Ridgefield Raptors take advantage of $3 general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, domestic canned beer, and bottled soda. Tuesday, July 22nd, as the Ridgefield Raptors take on the Black Bears, 6:35 at David Story Field. Well, the Black Bears have scored 3 in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as they have a 3-0 lead. New pitcher is going to be Paxton Fenberg, who is entering into his 4th game, has a 3.85 ERA in 7 innings, so he's pitching pretty well, but had his worst outing of the season, I would say, against Bend on the 2nd of July. 3 innings, 3 earned, 6 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeouts, but his other 2 outings, 4 scoreless innings, 2 against Portland, 2 against Yakima Valley, so he's been very good, and he'll step up against Matt Priest, who was the 9th hitter. Will Jeske led off the game with a double, and now he's back on deck. Now the first pitch from Fenberg. That's low for ball 1. El Priest 0 for 3, has a strikeout and 2 groundouts. 1 to short, 1 to third. 2 outs now, so the infield back in their normal positioning. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed as Priest drops to a knee, and it's 1-1. Four walks, 2 strikeouts for Fenberg. He hasn't pitched too much this season, but he's also a late arrival for the Sweets. 1-1. Another swing and a miss at a good breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Fenberg was at Edmonds this season, 3.9 ERA and 27 2/3. Redshirted for Gonzaga his freshman year. 1-2. Off the end of the bat, gets a piece of it and stays alive. Orem on third. Serrano on second. Cisneros on first after the walk that brought Alex Jennings out of the game. Priest looking to get his first hit of the day. Would bring in at least 1. 1-2. Another piece of it fouls it back, and it stays at 1-2. Well, Fenberg, when he redshirted for Gonzaga, was actually in the Alaskan League, played for the Alaska Gold Panners, 22 2/3, had a 2.38 ERA. Now 1-2, again to Priest. Breaking ball barely misses high. It was a great curveball from Fenberg, but doesn't get the call as it's a bit high. And it's 2-2. Redshirt freshman from Edmonds. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Priest goes down swinging for the second time. That's the first strikeout of the day for Fenberg as he gets out of it. But the Black Bears score 3 times in the bottom of the 6th as we head to the 7th. 3-0, Cowlitz.
Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at cowlitsblackbears.com. Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at cowlitsblackbears.com to be a part of this special event.
Well, Talon Kelly ended the top of the sixth with a flyout, a news to Dominic Cadiz over to Orm at second. Now he's back out there for another inning as the Black Bears have yet to give up a base hit against the Walla Walla Sweets. And I know people are believing in jinxes and everything like that. Oh, jinx, you're jinxing it by saying it's a thing, but they get a hit, they get a hit. We're still up 3. We're still on the way. 9 outs away from 5 straight victories. You can't, even if, you know, they get a hit, you're really going to be too upset at 5 straight wins. First pitch is high for ball 1. Black Bears, though, have 3 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. 1-0 pitch. That's a bit low, and it's 2-0. That's Estabrook, Stuyvesant, and Talbot top 3. Estabrook has 2 flyouts to right field. So far, 0 for 2. That one is fouled off to the right. It'll get out of play, and it's 2-1. Well, Kelly from St. George, so playing with his hometown team. St. George, I heard, is a very nice place to live, where, you know, southwest Utah, close to Vegas if you want to gamble. That'll hit the zone, and it's 2-2. Went to Snow Canyon High School, had a 4.32 ERA and 24 1/3. Also hit 256, so was a two-way guy at Snow Canyon. 2-2. Good scoop from Serrano, but it's now 3-2. Estabrook. Black Bears trying to get this first out in the 7th for Kelly, as that is hit into right center field, and it'll get past Priest all the way to the wall. Into second is Estabrook, and there's the first hit of the day. As I said, jinxes don't work. They have a base hit. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Still don't believe in jinxes. You will not convince me otherwise. I did not give up that base hit. It was not me. But the Swedes have a hit on the day now as they double by Owen Estabrook, has him in scoring position with nobody out for Nate Stuyvesant. That's low for ball 1. Stuyvesant 0 for 2 as a strikeout, was the 4th of 5 strikeouts for Henson, and has a flyout to left field. No 1-0 now. Is going to miss for ball 2. Well, Stuyvesant played football as a wide receiver in high school, was a 3-time All-Bay League selection. 2022, which was his junior year, he caught 10 touchdowns for 805 yards. So we're talking about football on a baseball broadcast. That's foul tipped into the glove of Serrano for strike 1. Redondo Union High School. 2-1's in the dirt, and it's 3-1. Stanford finished 27-25. Started the season 9-0 and ended up losing to Virginia Tech in the first round of the ACC tournament. And that just reminded me that Stanford is in the ACC for some reason. 3-1. That is ball 4. So the second walk of the day for Cowlitz pitching, as 2 will reach to start off the top of the 7th with nobody out. Dan Spencer will come out and have a chat with Kelly. Is there somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Black Bears? See who that is. Looks like it'll be Warren Rose. So we might see two new guys pitching in the bullpen. Warren Rose is a big old lefty reliever. And we'll see if he comes in. There's only one lefty in the lineup for the Sweets. That's Tanner Kern, and Kern has gone 0 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch. That'll bring up Talbot, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out to the drop third, ended up allowing him to reach first. As Dan Spencer will head back. Mound visit counted by home plate umpire Jacob Fisher, and now it'll be Talbot. Strikeout and a ground out to second. In dire need of an out here for the Bears in order to keep their 3-0 lead. Kelly is kicking and dealing the first pitch outside for ball 1. Talbot from Biola University. Two-way guy, had Tommy John in 2023. We'll see why he went to hitting, but now does both. 1-0 pitch. Grounder up the middle over to Orem. It gets under his glove and into right center. Rounding third and scoring is Estabrook, and advancing to third and second is both Stuyvesant and Talbot on the single. Now it is 3-1 as Kelly is not having a great inning so far, has allowed the first 3 to reach. Double walk single. And now runners are at second and third. The tying run in scoring position with nobody out for Andrew Damianu. Oh, Black Bears really needed those 3 runs, as that will hit the zone for strike 1. Damianu 0 for 2 so far today. 10 for 45 now, and 1 for 11 against the Black Bears so far this season, as that's outside for ball 1. Well, the Black Bears have given up a run now on 2 hits for the Sweets. Here's the 1-1. That'll get in front of Serrano. Good block from him, and it's 2-1. Damianu from Pendleton, Oregon. Went to Pendleton High School. Made the NWAC All-Tournament team with the Roadrunners of Lynn Benton. 2-1 pitch is going to miss for ball 3. Corner infielders in. Bigby way up on the grass, and Meissner up there a little bit, but not quite on the grass yet. Walk here would load the bases for the 9-hitter Hunter Komine. And that will be the case, as Talon Kelly allows the first 4 to reach, and the bases are loaded. Let's see how much of a leash Spencer gets, and it looks like his day is done. So Talon Kelly doesn't get an out as he gives up a run and has the bases loaded with nobody out, so he's the responsibility of all 3 on base. Stuyvesant, Talbot, and Damianu. As it looks like we will see the first outing of the season as well for Warren Rose. But he'll come in a very threatening situation. Bases loaded, nobody out. Well, it appears I got my lefty relievers mixed up. That's Alex Buchanan coming into pitch. We only have 2 lefties in the bullpen, and it was a 50-50 shot. I got the wrong one. It happens. Buchanan will come into the game. This is the 11th game of the season. Only started 1. That was the home opener. His last outing, he gave up 4 runs, 2 earned against Portland on July the 2nd. Gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. The Sweets are threatening here. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Hunter Komine is 0 for 2 on the day, is trying to tie or give the Sweets the lead. Has pitched against Walla Walla, pitched an inning, walked 3. After facing 3 batters, he walked them all at Borleski Stadium. He's back up and ready to go in a very scary situation for the Black Bears. They are up 2, but tying run on second, winning go-ahead run on first with nobody out. Buchanan has a 9.64 ERA so far in 14 innings. Struck out 5, walked 13, and has given up 21 hits, which leads the Black Bears, as well as 15 earned runs, which also leads the team. But he has a chance to get out of it here. From Castle Rock, Washington, just up the street a little bit, up the 5. That's Castle Rock High School, so homegrown talent, as one would say. Did play here last season against Walla Walla last year. He pitched only 2 innings, but they were scoreless. Walked 1 in, struck 1 out. Stuyvesant on third, Talbot on second, Demiano at first. Estabrook with the double. He ended up coming around to score, and it's 3-1. So Hunter Komine will be the next guy, the 9-hitter. As Trevor T on deck, and the beginning of a top 4 that is very dangerous for the Sweets. They've been limited to no hits, though, so far in this game. First pitch from Buchanan is low for ball 1. A walk here would be the 14th of the season for Buchanan and would bring in a second run. Put the tying run at third with nobody out. 1-0. Will miss just outside, and it's 2-0. Bigby up on the grass. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss ball 3. As Buchanan doesn't really like those outside calls, but now 1 ball away from walking in a run. That run would be the second earned run of the day for Kelly. 3-0 pitch. There's one down the middle for strike 1. Well, Buchanan before Ottawa, Kansas this season was at Clackamas back in 2022. Now the 3-1. Fouled off the end of the bat. Might have been ball 4, as hasn't been getting those outside calls, and now it's full count at 3-2. Could be a big first out. A grounder could get forced out at home, or middle infield up in double play depth, as that second run would still have them at a 1-run advantage. Last thing you want here is a walk. 3 walks already for Cowlitz pitching. 3-2. Chopper back to Buchanan as he'll toss to home. And they'll get the leadoff runner for out number 1. Fielder's choice for Komine as he'll reach to first, but the runner on third in Stuyvesant gets out at home. Everyone advances 90 feet, but now 1 out. A bit of a safer situation, but still quite scary as Trevor T is going to stand in with 1 out. Trevor T has walked and has reached on an error, has 2 stolen bases and a fly out to right. Now the first pitch from Buchanan. Way outside as Serrano able to stop it as he slides. Very smooth slide to his right. And it's 1-0. Well, T technically 0 for 2 on the day, but already has 2 bags, now 6 of 8 on the season. Looking to drive in a couple. That is strike 1 at the knees, and it's 1-1. Trevor T. Buchanan trying to get out of this one. Only just the 1 run in the top of the 7th. Now the 1-1. Check swing, didn't go, and it's outside for ball 2. They'll get out of this one with the double play. They had the bases loaded and 1 out yesterday in the top of the 9th. The double play got them out of the game and had them get the win in game 1. Big spot though, 2-1. Fouled off and it's 2-2. Landon Young on deck, he's 0 for 3. Top 4 in this lineup have been shut down by Henson. Kelly giving up the 1 run. Now a 2-2, 1 strike away from a huge second out. 2-2. Struck him out! T goes down looking. First strikeout for Buchanan and a huge second out in the top of the 7th. That is 6 strikeouts now for Cowlitz pitching. And a big second out. Buchanan is 1 out away from a bases loaded, no out situation being erased with only the 1 run. That is up to Landon Young, who is 0 for 3, but did go 3 for 5 yesterday. First pitch from Buchanan is outside for a ball 1. Young has 2 of the 6 strikeouts from the Cowlitz pitching staff. Struck out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and flew out to center in the 6th. 0 for 3, but has a chance to get a run in as Comine and T were not. That's low for ball 2. Last thing you want here is a walk, especially after you've gotten the first 2 outs. I had a 3-0 against Comine and was able to get him to ground out. And he stands on first. Demiano on second. Talbot still on third. 2-0 fouled away, and it's 2-1. Gets off the netting, almost hits a fan out there in the stands. It's still now 2-1 with 2 outs. Tanner Kern on deck would be the first lefty-lefty matchup we've seen today. Kern is the only lefty in the lineup for the Sweets, as Buchanan looking like he wants a new baseball. 2-1. This is another low-scoring affair. It was only 6 runs came in yesterday in the 4-2 Cowlitz victory. Black Bears have given up 2 runs in the last 2 games each. Only 1 so far today. 2-1. That is inside 3-1 as Serrano, another good block. Landon Young now in a good hitters count. 1 ball would bring in the second run and bring up Tanner Kern. Still give them the lead, but would like to just stick with the 2-run advantage. 3-1. That is gonna miss for ball 4. So it is 3-2 now as Buchanan's able to get the first 2 he sees, but is unable to control the zone against Young as he's got an RBI walk. Bases loaded still as everyone advances 90 feet. Tanner Kern now with a 2-run top of the 7th, looking to tie the game up. Tying run on third now in Demiano. Go ahead run on second, as that's low for ball 1. Landon Young, his 18th RBI of the year now. I'll need another walk here. Walk would bring in the tying run. Grounder to first base side. It'll go foul over Bigby's head, and it's 1-1. Well, could still get out of this with the lead intact, but a bit of a less comfortable lead as 3-2 now. The Black Bears are only up 1. This is a bullpen that has been pretty good, but now needs to be pretty much perfect the rest of the way unless the Black Bears can get some insurance. 1-1. That's low and away, ball 2. Can't afford another walk here. There's already 4 by Cowlitz pitching in the game. 3 of them in this inning. 1 to Stuyvesant, 1 to Demianu, and 1 to Landon Young now to bring in the second run. 2-1 now. That will miss. Where did that miss? 3-1. 3-1 now to Kern. 1 ball away from tying the game up at 3 apiece with Dom Cadiz on deck. 3-1. Grounder down the first base line. Foul, and it's 3-2. Full count with 2 outs. Everybody's going to get a head start now. Party will be started. Again, Demianu on third. Comene on second. Young on first. Got to get this third out and keep the lead. That run will be the responsibility of Kelly, so he's now given up 2 earned in his third of an inning. 3-2. Another foul. And it'll stay at 3-2. Everybody will head back to their respective bases. Tanner Kern has 15 walks on the year, but also 20 strikeouts. Hitting at a .310 this season, has been doing pretty bad this season against the Black Bears, but has a chance to come through. 3-2 yet again. Ripped into right field, but it's foul, and it's going to be another 3-2. Tiring out the base runners as he keeps fouling stuff off. Now Buchanan needs to be perfect here in order to keep the game from getting tied up. Now another 3-2. Foul tip as Serrano wasn't able to get it. And it's still 3-2. Oh, Kern, a really good at-bat here against Buchanan. And probably what is the biggest at-bat of the game so far. Kern trying to find his pitch, but still staying alive, fouling off pitches. Now another 3-2. That is ball 4. Buchanan walks 2 straight, and we are tied up at 3 here in the 7th. Oh, Buchanan has now walked 2 straight and has given up the lead for the Bears. It is now 3-3. As the Black Bears score 3 in the bottom of the 6th, and the Sweets respond with 3 of their own off of some wild pitching from the Bears between Kelly and Buchanan after Dylan Henson's 5 2/3 hitless. I'll bring up Cadiz. Black Bears could still get out of this with a tie ball game without giving up the lead. I need to get this third out. First pitch to Cadiz is outside for ball 1. 3 runs on 2 hits still only for the Sweets, as 4 walks have allowed them to score all these runs without the need for many hits. 1-0. Grounder down the third base line, but foul. And it's 1-1. One and 1, 2 outs. Comene on third now with Young on second, Tanner Kern on first. Now the 1-1. Another grounder down the left field line, and that is 1-2. Well, one strike away from getting out of this one, but is still tied up at 3 now, as the Bears offense is going to have to try and get the lead back in the bottom half. 1-2. Ripped over off the glove of Meissner. 1 run will come in. Landon Young rounds third. He will score, and the Sweets take a 5-3 lead.
Dom Cadiz, who comes through with a 2 RBI double in the top of the 7th, and the Sweets on top 5-3 over the
5-3, the Sweets have the lead, and now 5-run inning for Walla Walla. Buchanan now in line for the loss, as 2 of those earned runs are now his after his 2 walks. That brings in Young and brings Tanner Kern to third. Cadiz a 2 RBI double, and the Sweets now up 2, up 5-3. As well, the Black Bears have had a lot of just 1 inning outbursts so far in the past couple days, and this time the Sweets have 1 inning where they score 5, and now they lead it 5-3. So Cadiz at second, Tanner Kern at third. All the last 3 batters, as they've batted around, Estabrook led off the inning with a double, as now he gets hit. Well, the Black Bears now have the bases loaded yet again, as Buchanan is most likely going to get taken out. Dan Spencer looking out of the dugout, but looks like he'll face 1 more. Nate Stuyvesant, in his first at-bat this inning, walked. Got out at home after the Comine grounder, but is back up again, and now has the bases loaded with 2 outs. Outside for ball 1. Five runs now on 3 hits, as that gets right off the glove of Meissner at third on the double by Cadiz, and he's now driven in 2. 1-0 will miss, and it's 2-0. Walk would bring in a 6th run. Not sure why Dan Spencer has not taken him out of the game yet after giving up 2 runs. 2-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Well, Black Bears now having to come back after 1 inning goes awry for them. Dylan Henson, well, basically his 5 2/3 hitless has been squandered. 2-1. Fly ball will get out of play, foul off to the right. And it's 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs. Bases are still loaded. Buchanan has had 2 outs for about 4 batters now. As now a 2-2 on Stuyvesant. That will miss for ball 3. As Jacob Fisher not calling the outside pitches. It's going to be a little bit of a call between Serrano and the infield. On now a 3-2 with 2 outs. Everybody will go again. Here a walk would bring in a 6th run and put the Sweets up 3. 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Buchanan strikes out 2, but gives up 2 as Kelly gives up 3. 5 runs for the Sweets, and they have a 5-3 lead. It's time to stretch here at David Story Field. Black Bears needing to come back.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather Guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard. Mitigation provided by your local Pay Wireless system. For all your two-way
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Bottom 7 in the course of 1/2 inning. It's gone from the Black Bears with a comfortable lead to the Black Bears have to come back from down 2. As it will be Will Jeske to lead it off. It'll be Jeske, Finn Stewart, and Gavin Poffenroth the top 3 against Fenberg. First pitch, fly ball to the opposite field. Running after it is Comine, but it will get into the bullpen for strike 1. Well, Jeske is 1 for 3, has reached twice though, has a double in the 6th, came around to score one of the 3 runs that the Black Bears scored. A 1 pitch, ripped into center field right at Demianu, who will make the grab for out number 1. I'll bring up Finn Stewart. 0 for 3 on the day, has a double play and 2 flyouts. Well, Stewart has, as mentioned, been struggling against Walla Walla so far this season. Now at a 1 for 18. As that'll hit the zone on the curveball. Good curve from Fenberg, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 is low for ball 1. Nice little sunset even with the clouds. The clouds were covering a lot more. As that's ripped into right field, and that'll get through for a base hit. Finn Stewart has himself a base hit. He's now 1 for 4 on the day. As that will bring up Poff. Now with a man on first and nobody out. He does represent the tying run, but he also doesn't have a home run yet this season. You'd think with the wind blowing left to right, you'd see a lot more home runs by lefties. We haven't seen 1 home run by a lefty here at David Story Field. Every home run here has been from a righty. That'll miss low for ball 1 to Poffenroth, who is 0 for 2, has a hit by pitch, came around to score the 2nd of 3 Cowlitz runs in the bottom of the 6th, and has a strikeout. The 2nd of 4 from Jennings, who pitched very well. But now Fenberg in line for the win if this score holds, and Buchanan in line for the loss. Now a 2-0 to Poffenroth with Finn Stewart on first. Finn Stewart 4 for 5 on steals. Fly ball opposite field off to the right, but it will get out of play, and it's 2-1. Bigby on deck has reached 3 times. 5 runs in the top of the 7th. That is thrown back to first and not in time. Well, hopefully everyone's stretched. Everyone got their calves and thighs rolling. Make sure we're ready to sit through the rest of this one. It might be close. It might not be. We actually don't know at this point. 2-1. That one's low, ball 3. Oh, 2 walks already for the Sweets pitching staff. Both of them coming from Jennings. Fenberg has walked 4 guys this season. Struck out 2, but has 1. Struck out Matt Priest to end the 6th inning with the bases loaded. 3-1. Grounder over to short. It'll be Young. He'll throw all the way over to first for out number 2. No play at second, so Finn Stewart will advance 90 feet, but now with 2 outs, it'll be Bigby.
Off on the sound of a bat, reaches second base.
Oh, we have an all Paxton battle here. Fenberg versus Bigby. Bigby's 2 for 2, has a walk, has scored once. Having a good game so far, but will now face off against Paxton. Paxton's pitch to Paxton. Breaking ball misses, and it's 1-0 to Paxton.
The Sweets hat has W2, symbolizes Walla, as in Walla squared.
Well, Bigby will definitely raise his average, maybe above 200 after this game, depending on what happens in this AB. 1-0 from Paxton is low, and it's 2-0 to Paxton.
I think the W2 logo is kind of cool. It's hard to make.
Well, Paxton now 2-0 to Paxton. Paxton 2 for 2, has 2 singles and a walk. Now the 2-0 from Paxton. Fouled off by Paxton, and it will hit part of Estabrook that the catcher's gear doesn't cover. So he'll take a minute to walk it off, maybe rub some turf on it. And it's 2-1.
With Fenberg giving a little bit of time for Estabrook to catch his breath. Now, the only downside to the Wallace squared mantra.
So now 2-1 to Paxton from Paxton.
Wallace squared. I haven't taken that since junior year of high school. It's been a while.
Finn Stewart on second after the single, advances second on the Poffenroth grounder. Now the 2-1. That is skied into foul ground. After it is Kern, but it will get out of play. And now it's 2-2 to Paxton.
Couple of kids go running for the baseballs. Kid in the black shirt and light blue hat wins. There you go. Take home a souvenir.
Good little sunset. There's a little bit of an opening out there in the clouds where you can see some coloration from oranges and purples out there in deep center. 2-2 from Paxton.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
As he looks back to second. That'll miss, and the count is full now to Paxton.
Runs full, 3 balls, 3 strikes. On deck, Braden Orm with Stewart at second.
Paxton 2 for 2 as a walk, looking to reach for the 4th time in his 4 at-bats.
2 outs.
But in a 3-2 now from Paxton. Here's the payoff. Grounder over to first. It'll be scooped up by Kern, and he'll tag the bag himself for out number 3. So Paxton wins the battle and gets out number 3. We head to the top of the 8th, 5-3. Walla Walla leads it.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Make sure you bring your free tickets to get into the game. Plus, enjoy some exciting perks and prizes.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Top 8, we got a new pitcher for the Black Bears. It's going to be Brady Culp. Brady Culp from Oregon Tech. His senior year in 2025 has 1 year left of eligibility, so ended up committing to Arizona Christian, where his brother Easton Culp is at. They'll be facing off against the bottom 3 in the order, Jacob Talbot, Andrew Demianu, and Hunter Komine. Top three in the top of the 8th. This is the 6th game for Brady Culp this season. Has an 11.42 ERA and 8 2/3, and most of that is coming from the 29th, his outing against Corvallis. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 7 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, but had a good start to his season. Pitched 3 outings, which overall added to 5 1/3 scoreless to start off the season. But it was just those 2 outings against Corvallis and Portland that rose his ERA all the way up to 11. And those are 2 offenses that are just crazy, so can't really blame him for that. First pitch to Talbot is going to be fouled off to the right. It'll get out of play for strike 1. Brady Culp, his Oregon Tech squad finished 39-16. Made it to the NAIA National Championships, but lost to Hope International and Wayland Baptist. And the eventual winners of that was LSU Shreveport, and we've explained, we've talked about LSU Shreveport so much at this point that I won't get into it. 1-1 off the inside of the bat, and it'll go to the opposite field foul. 1-2. Culp has struck out 7 guys so far this season. Only struck out 1 in his last appearance against Portland. He gave up 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 1/3. And that 16-0 loss. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Brady Culp, his first batter he faces today, is another strikeout. Make that 7 Ks on the day for Black Bears pitching. Never mind, that's 8. We got 8 strikeouts today, huh? Wow. Well, this is a team that is not too keen on striking guys out. They're currently last, 17 out of 17 in the West Coast League in strikeouts with 170. But now it'll be 178 after today, and hopefully more if Culp's able to get a couple more guys, as that'll be strike 1 on the inside edge to Andrew Demianu. Demianu now has a 3-game hitting streak, but doesn't have a hit yet today. Is 0 for 2 with a walk. That'll miss inside for ball 1. Demianu walked in the 7th, ended up coming around to score one of the 5 runs for Walla Walla, as they're now 6 outs away from tying the series up at 1 apiece and ending the Black Bears' 4-game winning streak. That'll hit the zone right down the middle, and it's 1-2. Culp throws pretty quick. Number 20. 1-2. Off the end of the bat over to second. It'll be Orem. He'll toss to first, and that's out number 2. Well, Culp, first 2 retired here in the top of the 8th, as that'll bring up Hunter Komine. Hunter Komine is 0 for 3 so far. Reached on a fielder's choice. Ended up coming around to score as he fouls one off way over to the college, and it's 0-1. 4th season in the West Coast League. First with the Sweets, as he was a late addition. This is only his 3rd game. Yet to get a hit for the Sweets this season. Only in 7 at-bats. That'll miss for ball 1. 231 at Seattle U this season in 34 games. Only had 1 3-hit game, but that came against Washington State on March the 9th. Went 3 for 4 and drove in 2 runs on 2 doubles as he fouls one back over to Trevor T, who makes a nice barehanded grab in the on-deck circle. And it's 1-2. Number 29 with Seattle U. Now is number 18 here with the Sweets. 1-2. Fly ball into right field. Poffenroth running after it. It will go foul into the Black Bears bullpen. Nickname is Huntman, which is kind of cool. Well, Comine was at the University of San Diego with the Toreros, redshirted there in 2023. Played with the Elks. That was his first of 2 seasons with the Elks, and the only other season where he's played against Cowlitz. As that'll miss outside for a ball 2, 2-2. He's from Mill Creek, Washington, not too far away from here. Not too far away from Seattle U as well. Went to Jackson High School, hit .329 his senior season, and played for the Bellingham Bells. That's high for ball 3, and it's 3-2. Seattle U finished 20-32. Started the season 0-8, and they didn't make their conference tournament. I thought everybody made their conference tournament. I guess not. 3-2. That is outside, ball 4, and the 1-2-3 is dead. That is now 6 walks for Black Bears pitching. So along with the eight strikeouts, a lot of wild pitching. And it's a man on first with the top of the lineup, and Trevor T coming up, as he is 0 for 3. Struck out looking. Flew out to right, reached on an error and walked. Has 2 stolen bases this year. Today, not today. In the dirt. Good scoop from Serrano, stopping the advancement from Comine. Doesn't have an attempted stolen base yet because he's only reached now 3 times. All of them coming from walks. He now has 3 walks on the year after that one. 1-0 pitch. Grounder over to third, scooped up by Meissner, throwing to first in time. Good play by Jack Meissner at third base. As that's out number 3. It's now time for the bottom of the 8th. Black Bears needing to come back, down 5-3.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Now listen, I understand that we play Sweet Caroline every game, but you think we could stop for 3 days since we're playing the Sweets? I feel like that should be necessary, right? You're playing the Sweets, you play Sweet Caroline. It's a bit off. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. Brayton Orem leads off the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Orem, Serrano, and Meissner against Paxton Fenberg, who's in his second full inning, as that's blooped into left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Orem on the first pitch has his second single of the day. His first one brought in 2. And now he's leading off the bottom of the 8th with a base hit. That'll bring up Serrano, who got his first base hit of the season back in the 5th, but otherwise is 1 for 3. Struck out in the 2nd and reached on an error in the 6th. Part of that 3-run inning, but has a man on first and Orem with nobody out. That is skied in foul ground. Under it is Kern as it reaches the moon, but it lands in Kern's glove for out number 1. I don't think I've ever seen one hit that high so far this season, but we will have a pinch hitter for Meissner. Braden Lundberg will come in. Oh, Braden Lundberg's been having a nice couple of days as he is getting the start off. Usually has been starting it short, but it was Cisneros today as that's low for ball 1. Has hit in his last 4 games, including a double that brought in a run yesterday. Ended up getting Gunnar Geil injured, though. We hope he's okay. 1-0. That's a fly ball into center field. Running after it is Demianu, and he will make the grab for out number 2. And now it'll be Andy Cisneros. Might see him move to third. Lundberg's main position is short, but we'll see what happens on the defensive side of things. For now, Cisneros is trying to get some offense going with the top of the lineup and Priest on deck. Orem still on first. Back pick over to first and not in time as it's called strike 1 on the fastball. Oh, now the 0-1 pitch from Fenberg. Throw back to first and not in time. Orem does have a decent lead off of first, getting covered over there by Kern. 0-1 misses a bit low, and it's 1-1. Morehead State finished 14-39 on the season. They lost to Marshall on April the 22nd, 32-15, which is crazy. That's a fly ball into foul ground. Talbot, Young, and T after it, and whoa. Looked like Young almost went over the fence trying to grab that one. But not able to grab it as it lands in the stands, and it's 1-2. Morehead State had a couple of very weird losses, 32-15 to Marshall, and the last 2 games of their season, they lost 27-11 and 26-15 against Tennessee Tech. Don't know what was going on with Morehead State, but now Cisneros is at Gonzaga. Another grounder down the third base line, and it's going to stay at 1-2. 2 outs, Orem on first, and after a couple foul balls, Cisneros ready to take on another 1-2 from Fenberg. That is high, and it's 2-2. 5 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Sweets. They have a 5-3 lead with the Black Bears having 3 runs on 8 hits. They have 5 more hits than the Sweets, but are down 2. Now the 2-2. Off the end of the bat over to first. Weird bounce, but Kern's able to reach over and grab it, tag the bag, and that's out number 3. End to the top of the 9th, the Black Bears lead a man on and are still down 2 heading to the 9th. 5-3, Walla Walla.
Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at CowlitzBlackBears.com. Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com to be a part of this special event.
Well, after my mistaken identity of Buchanan and Warren Rose, Rose is now pitching for the Black Bears as he will take on the 9th, Landon Young, Tanner Kern, Dom Cadiz in his first outing of the 2025 season in a Black Bears uniform. He was on the Black Bears last season, had a 0 ERA in 9 2/3 for Cowlitz, but also was with Springfield in 2024. Has played on a lot of different squads because this season, earlier this year, he played for Bend only in one game with the Elks. Gave up 5 earned runs and 3 hits in 3 innings, 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on June the 4th against Springfield. Well, Warren Rose just got here yesterday as well, and he now takes the crown as the tallest Black Bear on the squad from Dylan Henson. He is 6'9", pitching from the left side. We were getting him his uniform yesterday, and he had to duck to get into the offices, which kind of shows you, how tall he is, but he is ready to go here to face off against Landon Young. First pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Rose played for Chemeketa last 2 seasons, sophomore year, looking for a 4-year, and he found one. He's committed to Concordia in Nebraska for next season. So he's going to be heading over to Will Jeske territory. 1-1 now to Young. Young is 0 for 3, has a walk. Walk drove in a run. Made it a 3-2 game. Ends up being a 5-3 Walla Walla lead as that's fouled back. And it's 1-2. 3.7 ERA and 58 in the third for Chemeketa this season. He's going to be pitching in his college stadium when the Black Bears head to Chemeketa to take on the Marion Berries. That's where their home is for this season. Ripped foul, and it'll hit off the netting out there next to the Black Bears dugout. Stays at 1-2. Well, Warren Rose is from St. Paul, Oregon, a bit north of Salem, so understandable why he went to Chemeketa, where it's pretty close to home. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First batter Warren Rose sees this season is a strikeout on a nice curveball for out number 1. That's 9 strikeouts now for Black Bears pitching. So if you want to get something positive out of this game so far, strikeouts are on the rise, but unfortunately 6 walks as well. Another lefty-lefty, Tanner Kern, has faced both of the Black Bears lefties in his past 2 at-bats. First pitch from Rose is going to hit the zone on the lower half for strike 1. So St. Paul, Oregon, where Rose is from, is a population of 500. 500. That will miss a bit low for ball 1. Last year with Chemeketa, he was pretty good as well. 3.78 and 52 and a third with the, what's Chemeketa called? I don't know. With the Chemeketa Salemites. I don't know. With Chemeketa. He has a very good looping curveball, but that one misses low for ball 2. Kern is 0 for 2. Has reached twice in his last 2 at-bats on a hit by pitch and a curveball. That's roped about at the same spot as the last foul ball that went that fast over there against Young, and it's 2-2. Count evened up. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. Running after it is Will Jeske, and he'll make the grab. 4 out, number 2. First 2 retired here in the top of the 9th, as that will bring up Dominic Cadiz, who gave the Sweets a 5-3 lead after his 2 RBI double. Went off the glove of Meissner, it looks like. There is some switching up on the defensive side. Orem's now at third, as that's off the end of the bat foul. See, Lundberg is at short, and so Cisneros will move to second. So Lundberg at third, Orem at third, Lundberg at short, and Cisneros at second. Pretty much all the infield switches up except Bigby, as that'll miss for ball 1. Outfield still looking the same, though. Nice looping curveball again, as that hits the zone for strike 2. It's a very slow curveball, but it gets the job done. Top 9, 2 outs, 1-2. Fouled off, and it'll stay at 1-2. Oh, Rose pitched 7 innings in the Super Regional against Columbia Basin on May the 17th. Gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and struck out 6. Struck out 50 guys. Into right field, and Poffenroth will run it down. A 1-2-3 inning for Warren Rose in his Black Bears debut in 2025. But it's time to head to the bottom of the 9th. The Black Bears need a rally, down 5-3 against the Sweets.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
New pitcher for the Sweets is going to be Dylan Torres, as he'll look to get the save here in the 9th for the Sweets. Try and take game 2 of this 3-game series and tie this series up at 1 apiece. That's when they would take the season series now up 3-2. If the Black Bears win tomorrow, the season series would just be tied up at 3 to end the regular season. Dylan Torres, another guy from Sac State. But he is in the transfer portal right now. He'll face off against the top 3 in the lineup in Matt Priest, Will Jeske, and Finn Stewart. Black Bears have to get 2 to tie and 3 to win it, which they have gotten 5 to tie before against Port Angeles, so can't say, you know, never been done before, but it's going to take a lot. And it's going to have to start with Matt Priest. First pitch inside for ball 1. Dylan Torres from Sac State, redshirt freshman year this season, only pitched 4 2/3 and gave up 6 earned runs. Has a 2 ERA, though, now in his 6th game, as that's fouled off. And it's 1-1. Priest is 0 for 4 on the day with 2 strikeouts. 1-1's low, and it's 2-1. Black Bears on the verge of losing their first game since Thursday against Portland. Swept Springfield, as that'll hit the zone for strike 2. This is only the third pitcher that the Sweets have used today, as the 5-run inning caused the Black Bears to have to use 5. 2-2. High gets off the boards, bounces off the netting, and it's 3-2. Walk here would be big. Big first runner. Priest has some speed. He has the most steals on the team, tied with Poff with 4 each. They have 8 hits on the day, but are still down 2. Now the payoff with nobody out. Off to the end of the bat, but foul over to third. So it'll be another 3-2. Torres from El Paso, Texas, on the west side of Texas. In the portal now after 2 seasons at Sac State with the Hornets. 3-2 again. Is on the inside part of the bat, popped up to second, and Stuyvesant will make the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up Will Jeske, is 1 for 4 on the day, has a double in the 6th, came around to score, led off that 3-run bottom of the 6th, eventually gave the Black Bears a 3-0 lead, but 1 inning tore apart the Black Bears today, as it seems to happen every so often this season for the Bears, as that'll miss for ball 1. Well, the last outing for Torres, he pitched 2 scoreless against Yakima with 3 hits, got the save, his first save of the season. Looking to get his second now, 2 outs away. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3. 1-0 pitch to Jeske, will hit the zone for strike 1. Well, Dylan Torres, Pebble Hills High School, was the first ever Division I commit from Pebble Hills High School. As that'll miss for ball 2. Kind of cool being the first to ever commit to a D1 school from your high school. Up to Sac State in the WAC conference. Inside, ball 3. He did that after a 3.06 ERA and 34 1/3 his senior year in high school. Played basketball as well. Was a shooting guard and a small forward in his high school basketball years. 3-1. That will hit the zone for strike 2, and now the second straight full count here for Torres. 1 to Priest, got him to pop out to second, and now this to Will Jeske. And a payoff from Torres. Gets a piece of it, fouls it off. It'll go out of play to the right side, and it stays at 3-2. Well, Torres only played 2 games for Sac State this season. February 16th against USF and April the 8th against Davis. That'll miss, ball 4. Jeske is now on, and the tying run will head to the plate in Finn Stewart. Only 3 walks now for Sweets pitching. Could start a rally here. Finn Stewart has grounded into a double play already today, is currently 1 for 4. Double play, the 2 flyouts, and a single in the 7th. Has Jeske on first with 1 out. First pitch, a little bit low, and it's 1-0. Torres going through the bulk of the lineup now with Finn Stewart, and now Poff on deck with Bigby after him. As there's going to be a meeting at the mound between Estabrook and Torres. Well, top 4 in the lineup have only combined for 2 of the 8 hits. The bottom of the order has been very good. Bigby has 2 hits, Orem has 2 hits, Serrano's got 1, and Cisneros has 1. With the Jeske double and the Finn Stewart single, the only 2 hits from the top 4 guys in this lineup. They are missing Liam Barrett, Jarrett Sable, and Jeremiah Crane. Jeske on first now after the mound visit. 1-0 is low for ball 2. Walk will put the tying run at first for Poff. Now the 2-0 from Torres. Pop fly foul. Bat goes flying over to the Swedes dugout, and we've seen that a couple times from opposing squads. First time we've seen it from a Black Bear this season. As Stewart's bat goes flying. I feel like that might be the farthest I've seen a bat go on a swing. Usually it was lefties, but we got a righty now. Flinging the bat. Finn Stewart now 2-1 with 1 out against Torres. Lights are doing the heavy lifting now here in the 9th. 2-1. Ripped over into right field for a base hit. Jeske advances to second, and Finn Stewart has his second straight knock. He's 2 for 5. Tying run is now on first. Go ahead run, and Poff now up to the plate. Doesn't have a hit yet, could be due. Has 2 on with 1 out. Black Bears down 2, need to get something on the board here offensively. It's time for Poffenroth to show why he was chosen as the All-Star. Against Torres. Jeske on second, Finn Stewart on first. First pitch from Torres. We'll have to wait as he steps off. It's going to be another meeting at the mound. Trying to figure out how to face off against Poffenroth. That's now 9 hits on the day for the Black Bears. They have out-hit the Swedes 9-3, but are down 5-3 in the stat that counts, runs. Or the stat that matters most, at least. Another mound visit will be called for Walla Walla. 2 on, 1 out. Poffenroth, best man for the job here in the 9th. Torres, the first pitch is low for ball 1. Not too much of an easier job on deck in Bigby. He's already 2 for 3 on the day, has 2 singles in his return to the Bears. Now the 1-0. That'll miss low, and it's 2-0 on the fastball. That was a closer call for Jacob Fisher, home plate umpire, but goes the way of the Bears, and it's 2-0 now. Walk would load the bases and put the tying run on second for Bigby. 4-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. 2-0 from Torres. Fouled back to the netting, and it's 2-1. Seemed like Poff really wanted that one, as that was a fastball right down Broadway. He just got a piece of it. Now 1 out after the pop-up from Priest, but walk and a single have 2 on. Now the 2-1. That will miss just low. 3-1. That was even closer than the last one. And it's called low. 3-1. 1 ball away from loading the bases up for Bigby. 3-1 now from Torres. Fouled off. It's 3-2. And it's another 3-2 count against Torres as Poffenroth. Ball would be bases loaded. A strike would be 2 outs. 3-2 now. 1 out, 2 on in the 9th. Here's the pitch. That misses, ball 4. That is a very close call, but it's just low. And the bases are loaded. An amazing take from Poffenroth. And he holds it, hangs it on to Bigby. Bigby, the bases loaded, 1 out. Has men all over on at first, second, and third. Jeske on third, Stewart on second, Poff on first after the walk. And now, see if they make a change here. Waterloo heading out to the mound. Smell might be the 3rd mound visit if they don't make a change here this inning. Bigby is 2 for 3 on the day, has reached 3 times. Single in the 2nd, single in the 4th, a walk in the 6th, and a ground out to first in the 7th. Last thing you want to do here is round into a double play. But the Walla Walla Sweets are in some trouble here with 1 out. And the bases full of Bears. Bigby needs to hit anything into the outfield. Maybe a slow ground ball could have everybody stay safe. As Jacob Fisher, home plate umpire, will come stop the mound visit. A bit of a long one between Waterloo, the infield, as well as Estabrook and Torres. Not everybody will head back to their positions. Trying to face Paxton Bigby. Chance to tie or win the game here with anything hit into the outfield. Bigby, the first lefty that Torres has faced so far today. Now the first pitch from Torres will hit the zone for strike 1. At the outside corner. And now it's 0-1 now to Bigby. Base is juiced. Tying run on second. 0-1. Ripped into right field, but it hits off of Poffenroth. A run will score, but Poffenroth is unable to get out of the way of the grounder. The run will count, though. No, it won't. As Poffenroth stops the ball from heading into right field, and Bigby will reach, but he's not going to get an RBI. Would have been a base hit if Poff had gotten out of the way, and it's still 5-3. That'll bring up Braden Oram. Bases loaded, 2 outs now after Poffenroth is unable to get out of the way of the grounder. That would have maybe tied the game up. That misses. No, it will. We'll hit the zone for strike 1. Bit of a late reaction from Fisher. 2 outs now. Torres 1 out away from getting out of this one. This 1 out bases loaded jam. The 0-1 now to Braden Oram. That'll miss. And it's 1-1. Check swing was a no-go, and it's 1-1. Oram's already driven in 2 runs, 2 of the 3 for the Black Bears today. 1-1. That's outside, 2-1. Looks like bases loaded now. Still Jeske still on third. Finn Stewart on second. Now Bigby on first. As that's outside, ball 3. Lockwood bring in the 4th run. Make it a 1-run game for Martin Serrano, the new guy. Already has a hit in his first start of the season. Has to get the walk here. Something in play. That is high, ball 4. The Black Bears bring a run across, and the tying run is now at third, but no room for error. as it'll be Martin Serrano. We'll see a pinch hitter. Mason Shea will come in for Paxton Bigby. So Mason Shea will come in as a pinch hitter. 3 walks in the inning for the Black Bears as bases are loaded. Colby Waddalow will make a change right before they face bases loaded. Oh, we're going to see a new pitcher for the Sweets. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Poffenroth couldn't get out of the way of a grounder, and it could be proven as costly if this new pitcher is able to get out of the jam, but it'll be Martin Serrano to face off against the new pitcher with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
Pitcher for the Swedes, number 22, Alex Figueroa.
Oh, submarine, huh? Yeah, he's sub. Love the move. See what happens, close one.
All these pitchers, though, they lost the first guy. They got warmed up.
Colby Waddalow makes the change, and it's going to be Alex Figueroa. He's a submarine pitcher, and it's a very interesting move from Waddalow. He puts in a righty, but it's a righty that has a bit of an awkward windup against Serrano now with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Figueroa also has a save on the year, as well as Torres, but this is his 9th game. Trying to get out of the jam, Serrano could win the game for the Bears with a base hit. First pitch is going to hit the zone for strike 1. Walk brings in the next run with Lundberg on deck. Serrano, big gap between Stuyvesant and Young at second and short. Outside, ball 1. Serrano is 1 for 4 on the day, has reached twice, single in the 5th, error in the 6th. That's a strikeout, though, as well, and a fly out to Kern at first. Now the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Walk would tie the game at 5. And put the Bears in a whole new ball game. Jeske on third. Shea on second. Orem on first. 2-1. Fly ball into left field. Running after it is Trevor T, but it'll get out of play, and it's 2-2. 1 strike away now is Figueroa from getting out of this one and giving the Sweets the 1-1 series with the rubber match tomorrow. 1 hit away, though, is Serrano from a 5th straight victory. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. You can't get much closer than that, huh? 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded, tying run on third. Everybody is going to get hyped, including both dugouts. Figueroa now 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Fouled off, he gets a piece of it, and it stays at 3-2. Serrano, biggest at-bat of the season already, in his season at least, for the Bears. And it comes in his first game. Figueroa, another 3-2. That's another foul ball. T's running after it, but it'll get out of play. We're going to do it again. 3-2, 2 outs. You can't get much closer than this here in the West Coast League. Black Bears have a chance to tie things up. It's been a long at-bat and a great at-bat already for Serrano. Has to finish the job off, though, against Figueroa. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. Each foul ball raises the intensity, as it is another 3-2. Serrano fighting, staying alive, trying to get a pitch he can either take for ball 4 or hit into the outfield. Here's another 3-2. Ball 4, we're tied at 5. That is a perfect at-bat for Serrano, and it's a brand new ball game. We are tied at 5. Four walks for the Sweets, and the Bears aren't done. That'll bring up Lundberg. Everybody can relax. We're tied. We can at least go to extras. But why not win it now, huh? Braden Lundberg first pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Shea the winning run at third now, with Orm at second. Serrano at first, an absolutely clutch walk. That is outside, ball 1. All of a sudden, 5 straight wins is looking possible. 5-5 now. Lundberg 1-1. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 2. Walk would win the game. Already 4 in this inning. 3 from Torres and 1 from Figueroa to tie the game up. All the momentum has shifted onto the side of the Bears. They've scored 2 in the 9th. 2-1 pitch. Hit into, over the leap of Stuyvesant. Braden Lundberg wins it. The Bears win 5 straight, come back from down 2. Cardiac Cowlitz strikes again. They head back to the bullpen. Can you believe this? Down 2 in the 9th. They've done it again. 5 straight wins, extending their streak, and a magical start to the second half continues. Black Bears finish with 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Sweets, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 errors. It is time to celebrate. 5 straight wins for the Bears. Tomorrow they look for the sweep. We will see you tomorrow at 6:35 for Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Bears and the Sweets.